Hello, everyone out
Hello.
there in
Hello.
Twitch land and Welcome Party RPG land and Soul Bear land and everything else. How's it going, guys? My name is Zed, and I am the Sabbat ST for this year Crusade of Thorns, which is a pretty monumental undertaking, I think. Although, you know, I'm tooting my own horn a little bit there, but pretty cool deal going on where we've got 3 games that are coordinated across 2 different channels, 3 different days. And I am going to pass the mic over briefly to Mr. Throck because, frankly, this is his baby, and I'm certain he's got something to say about it.
Yeah, hi, good morning. I am here riding a shotgun with Zed today, because it's first game, and it's always kind of fun to hang out, and I'll be here to help with rules, and Death by Mage, who is another one of the 4 collaborators for this game, will be in chat helping talk people through stuff as well, as this is the first time any of us have run a Vampire 5th edition game. Zed, I, Portia, and some others within the group are veterans of Vampire, and we've all loved this game for such a long time that we wanted to put something special together, and so we came up with this. It's 3 stories on 2 different channels between here and Soul Bear RPG, lasting probably between 12 and 16 weeks as we tell a story from Vampire's history. It's May of 1943, and in just a month or 2, the Anarch Revolt will begin if you follow canon. And so we're going to be telling the story of an incredibly turbulent time in LA's history and in the history of Vampire the Masquerade through the eyes of 3 different coteries. The Sabbat coterie that you're seeing today, the Anarch coterie that you will see at 8:30 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday on twitch.tv Soulbear RPG, and then the Camarilla, who you will be seeing back here at 9 p.m. on Wednesdays. And so between the 3 of us, we hope to tell a really compelling interlinked story that all kind of influence each other, and we thought we would start with the bad guys. They might not think they're the bad guys, but they're the bad guys because I'm the Camarilla ST. And a couple of just quick notes before we get going. I'll let Zed and team do their own intros. If you notice right below me here are 3 important things. Important thing number 1 is we have the Camarilla Guidebook, which gives you a general sense of the history of LA in 43. It is free for you to use and download. We wrote it for you. You'll also see the Sabbat Guidebook, which has new rules for obtenebration and vicissitude, an inhumanity path rule set, and then rules for Sabbat Rite. All of these were homebrewed by us as a team. Zed was huge on the Rite, and a lot of the Sabbat work was a huge collaboration between him and I over probably about 30 hours of work between the 2 of us. So you should check them out. They're super cool, and they'll kind of help you as we go along. And the last thing is, throughout the course of this, we're asking folks to donate to Rainbow Railroad. Rainbow Railroad helps LGBTQAI people in crisis around the world get to places that are safer for them and where they can live in freedom. And we thought that was a really important charity to support during this stream. And so, welcome to the party. We'll be supporting them throughout the course of this run, but also throughout all of our streams. So you should feel free to click that link and donate if you think that's an important cause as well as we do. So yeah, with that, I'm very excited to just kind of sit back and be the rules person as they tell an amazing story today. I'm gonna throw it back over to Zed for introductions.
Thanks. And yes, all of that. Yes. Except, well, yes. Okay, so hi. How's it going, everybody? Once again, I'm Zed. I've been playing or working with and around Vampire for a goodly amount of time. We worked it out that it's roughly 15, 16 years, maybe a little bit more, but about 15 it seems. I've been running games of various sorts and sizes, mostly LARPs, for about a decade of that. So this is the first Vampire game, though, that I've run now in almost 2 years, maybe 3, and definitely the first game in V5. First, though, I'd like to go across the list. What you see In the space above me are all of our lovely, lovely Sabbat players, and we are the good guys, by the way. Throg is wrong about that.
Oh, yeah.
And I highly encourage everyone to give him the scowly face whenever he gets all cammy on us. So I would like to start with, let's go ahead and start with Gianna. Full disclosure, I am married to this lady, so if I have to kill her character, it's extra tragic and also hilarious. Gianna.
It is. So I am Portia. I will be playing Gianna Romano, who is a La Sombra. As with Zed, I have been playing Vampire for a long time. We met through Vampire. I smacked him in the face with a door at a LARP. It's been about a decade. And so we... it means a lot to me personally, just because of the opportunity to tell a story personally. And so I really enjoy that aspect. I do agree. Sabbat are the good guys. We're the freedom fighters. So I'm really excited to bring this story that, we've been working on in the background. Each of us have really cool characters, and I'm super excited to see them brought to life finally. So, yay!
Eddie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I am playing Eddie today. I'm Evan. I'm Evan Jennings 64 on Twitter. I was never really played Vampire the Masquerade before, so I am brand spanking new. I will probably make many mistakes that anybody who's experienced will notice and no doubt make fun of me for. But I'm playing Eddie today, and he's the Sabbat aren't bad, they just have their intense beliefs. But I would say Eddie's probably still not a very good person. Monster thing. But I am excited to ensure our victory in LA and take over the city to the best of my ability.
I also wouldn't say Eddie's the worst.
No, not by far.
No.
But, not someone that you would want to hang out with. There are most certainly people worse than Eddie, and I'm sure you're going to meet them in just a second.
Save it for the role play. Alrighty, next up is Roxy. Roxy is unfortunately muted.
Muted.
Oh no, she wasn't.
I can hear Roxy a bit through zombies.
I can hear her through the door. Bud, you're muted. We can't hear you. Is your mic on?
Well, let's do Isaac as they get that sorted
out.
How
about this? Yeah. Zombie, why don't you go help Roxy? Isaac, we'll move to you. Tell us about yourself.
Yo soy Isaac Escobar. I will be playing as Isaac, the pander. The very, very trusting Duquesne himself, and so-so with everybody else. But yeah, that's it. It's pretty simple.
Do you have very much experience with roleplay and or the World of Darkness?
Not the World of Darkness, but I have a good bit of roleplay experience. I've been playing Shadowrun and D&D for the past few years, and at a accelerated rate, I could say, playing between 3 to 4 games a week. So, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. That's pretty cool, I think. How about Ivan?
Hello, everyone. I am Capjack, or at Captain J Cross on the Twitter, and I will be playing Ivan Kukushkin. He is a Zemitzi, a priest, and doctor, and some other things, as we will discover throughout the game. I have been... World of Darkness, specifically Vampire, was my very, very first role-playing game I ever played. And since then, I played it in a couple different iterations, LARPed a bunch of times. And yeah, so I'm old hand to World of Darkness is my first 5th edition game, and I am outrageously excited to get in on this. I can't wait.
I'm pretty excited about it as well. All right, so it looks like we're gonna temporarily be all screwy, but we are fixing it up. Just bear with us for a little bit. Oh, hey, look, I'm Isaac for now.
Is it fixed?
I was going to say, I want to see who I am.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh,
Roxy
yay!
gets to be me. That's pretty cool.
Jesus.
You're running the game now. Good job.
Go!
Okay.
Yeah. All right, ST. Roxy, are you still there?
Yes. Am I good to go?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
go ahead and start talking while Throck fixes up the boxes.
Okay. All right. So I am Amanda. I am playing Roxy today. I am known across the internet through Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube as Jimmy of Diamonds. And Roxy is a Nosferatu who had basically her dreams stolen away from her. So she wanted to be an actress, and she is now a wonderful Nosferatu. And I am very excited to be playing this. I don't have any actual experience with the RPG itself. I'm only familiar with the computer game through Bloodlines, so I am very excited to be actually playing the RPG.
Now, something that I found to be pretty interesting and sort of exciting about having you involved in the game is that you've apparently been reading all the books and lore and literature and stuff.
Yes.
How did you come across that?
In a comic book store. I just stumbled upon the books and I picked them up and I started getting them when they were on sale because they are very expensive.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. So for everyone out there, this here is the sweet Sabbat crew that we've got. And we're going to get started as long as everything looks all right. Throck, how we doing?
You look good. I'm making a few tweaks, but none of them are fundamental to you guys playing. This is the first time I've used a circular overlay before, so I'm just having fun trying to get it all worked out.
Okay. All right.
I'm very, very tight in my box.
And the lewdness starts early today, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I've got you a little bit more room, Portia, but I don't know if I think that's it. That's all I'm going to be able to get. Yeah.
Then I'll remember for next stream.
I just want you all to notice how polite I was there, how I didn't say anything.
Very well behaved.
I need
Very
those
well
points now because I'm going to lose them later, I'm sure.
If you go to video settings, you can switch from widescreen to original ratio and get a bit more. That would be on the. So like I've done that.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, where's
borders.
Original ratio?
Yeah, if you switch to original ratio, it should bump you out just a tiny bit, give Throck a bit more margin to work with.
So if I do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I very much would like to start. So let's not deal with the technical stuff right now. We can fix it all later. This is, game one. There are certainly going to be things we'll smooth out as we go, but I'd like to get right into it if we can. So that being the case, you find yourselves, each of you having been called individually via a letter, handwritten, wax sealed, with a symbol of a trumpet on the seal. And the contents of the letter for each of you, written in a sweeping, flowing calligraphic script, says, Los Angeles, Hollywood sign, the W, midnight, Thursday. Or I apologize, Throck. Have we said it's Saturdays? Are these the actual? Okay, no, that's what I thought. Thursday. And that's it. That's what you get from wherever you are. So you have until Thursday to get there. We're not going to role play you all getting there, but I would like to know just in general where you each are individually just before this, and like a brief description of how you get to the meeting place.
Just before we get the letter, or just before we get to the place.
Like you were handed the letter. Where were you when it got to you? And how do you then get there? Okay. So I'm going to go down the line, but I'm going to go backwards from intro style. So first I'd like to start with Ivan.
I was in New York when I got the summons. I took the liberty of securing private transport by train.
Fantastic. Isaac.
I was also in New York. I probably received it, probably just lounging in some apartment or another that I was borrowing for a few days, and immediately got into my truck and booked it as far as you can go, because it's hard to make good time only driving nights.
Roxy.
So I would say I was probably in Chicago, probably moping in some sewer system somewhere. And when I got it, you could almost say there was stars in my eyes when I saw that it was for LA. I would say that I would probably have been, maybe I used the sewer systems to get there. Maybe traveling above ground if it's in areas that aren't heavily populated, but I booked it as soon as I could to get there.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely say that there's probably a little bit of like hitchhiking going on or something somewhere along the lines. But yeah, all right. You definitely get there on time. Eddie?
I was overseas in a kind of operation being done for the Camarilla, or for the Sabbat, not the Camarilla.
Hey.
For the Sabbat itself, and taking out, search and destroy missions, things like that, with under the cover of the war that's going on right now. And I was in a destroyed kind of town that had been bombarded, and sitting at a table, getting ready for the next day, night rather. And I'm handed the letter, and I'm kind of annoyed. Why am I going to LA? This is where I belong. This is what I'm good at. But an order's an order, and I am a soldier, so I go. Get on a plane, maybe a little shitty little rink-a-dink one, and just sit in it miserably as it makes its way over to LA. And not pleased about it, because this is not a war zone. This is a city, and it's a city of glitz and glamour. Not my thing, but a little part of me is excited as I know that there have been a couple new movies out recently, especially ones that I'm very interested in. So feigning or suppressing a little bit of excitement, but mostly misery.
Okay. You take a rinky-dink plane over to a harbor where you're then placed on a boat that leaves immediately. You are given a coffin in the holding area.
Classic.
Inside a storage container with a cage filled with rats to sustain you for the time it takes for you to cross the ocean. And then once you get there, another rinky-dink plane. You will arrive slightly late, which makes me very happy.
That's fine. Yeah.
Gianna.
I'm in Italy when I get the summons, so I have to actually follow much the same path as Eddie. Though I'm not taking a rinky-dink plane. Goodness gracious, no. I am in a car that takes me to the harbor to get me to a ship with safe passage out of Italy. It has its own wartime troubles going on, but we know enough of the right people. My sire makes sure that I get on the boat that will safely get us out of war zone territory and safely land in the United States. From there, book some passage on a slightly nicer train. Get some window coverings so that I can have a nice bed to sleep in.
Okay. You you know what? I'm not going to add anything to that. That works out just fine. Also, your boat being better than Isaac's, you will not be late.
Eddie's.
Or Eddie's, sorry.
Yeah, well, money pays.
Yes, that's what money
I
is.
mean,
Money
Correct.
makes the road go round, and
There we-
apparently makes the ship go faster.
Money makes the world go around. It makes me go around the world.
Money is I was gonna make a joke about like shoveling it into the fire, but whatever. All right, let's move on. So all of you except for Eddie show up at the Hollywood sign up on the hill, walking or making your way to the back of the W. You can look out over the entirety of LA. It is a city that sprawls. It is lit, glowing like fireflies. There are whole swaths of the city that are just brightly lit. But there are also lots of areas that you can see that are dark, shadowy. The air is cool. It smells of inspiration, hope, and also a longing. With you are 6 other people. Well, 7, but the 7th is a small Asian man who is standing behind one of the pillars. He pops his head out to speak with a tall black man every once in a while, but they speak in a very clipped fashion in a language that is not immediately recognizable before he then pops his head back. The tall black man will situate himself in between you and the other 5 people who are standing there. He says, "Good, you are gathered. It is nice to meet you all. You have all been called here for the same basic purpose. What is it that we do, the Sword of Cain?"
We cut out the heart of the Camarilla.
Bring freedom
Bring
to
the
the
light of
Reunites. Yes.
a Dark Father.
Mhm.
All humans.
And what else? And there's a
Rules the mortals.
there's a one of the other people there of the 5. I should briefly describe. They are 3 men and 2 women. The only 2 who really stand out, one of the men is wearing a plaid suit with he's clean shaven with a very square jaw, close cropped hair, cropped red hair, sorry. And then there's also a woman there who is, you would say, curvaceous, buxom. She is a blonde. She looks like a movie star and then some. But it's the red-haired man who speaks up. He says, "Our job is to destroy the elders, of course." That is very good. My name, or at least the name that everyone in this town knows me as, is Benny the Fish. So that's what you'll call me, until we get to know each other better. And then maybe I will decide to give you a little bit more. In the meantime, my only job is to give you your only job. I am your handler, your fixer, your primary contact in this town. Over there, and he points to the 5 people who aren't any of you, is an established pack. They've worked together 2 or 3 times, helping to overthrow smaller Camarilla strongholds in South America. You 5 are new. New both to our society and also new to each other. You are being tasked to join together as a pack and to aid in the destruction of the Camarilla in this town, and in the end, the destruction of the elders who run it. You will form a pack. For now, the 2 packs will simply be called Left Hand and Right Hand. They, the established, are the right hand. You, young ones, are the left hand. It is your job to secure some sort of haven, learn everything you can about the Camarilla, and tear them to pieces. Who has questions?
I do.
Yes, Ivan.
First, pleasure to meet all of you. I look forward to thrusting the Sword of Cain together. More importantly, what do we know about opposition here in Los Angeles?
We have no position here in Los Angeles yet.
Opposition.
Oh, opposition. Our opposition is strong, entrenched. They've been here a long while. There is some strife occurring at the higher levels of the Camarilla. I don't know very much. It might be good to learn more. That would be on you. The rumors and rumblings I get are mostly at the lower levels. The anarchs are anarchic. They should be with us, but for whatever reason they are blind. And they seem to feel that they have greater survivability, separated and easily divided. But that's up to them. Camarilla recently has been dealing with, for now I'll just say regime troubles. Leave it at that. I'll let you figure out the rest.
In your pace.
Who is prince of this town?
That's worth you investigating.
Is it uncertain?
That's worth you investigating.
Are there any additional restrictions that we are to be handed? Or are we to operate unchained?
I've usually found that the people who ask those sorts of questions have something specific in mind. What exactly are you asking about?
At what point of destruction would the housings and trappings around the Camarilla be deemed useless and not worth the effort?
If you burn the entire city down, there's nothing left for us to rule over, is there? Try not to let that happen. As for the Camarilla, whatever it takes to drag them into the sun or take them into your own heart, that is fine. But remember, there are hunters. Sometimes we are hunted. Be smart. Is there anything else?
where do they meet so that should we want to infiltrate, where might we go?
That is already taken care of. Don't worry about infiltration. Well, allow me to rephrase. Infiltration should not be your first plan. There is already something in the works.
Understood.
How do we reach you if we need to reach you?
You won't. I will reach you periodically. You will be able to reach my assistant. Long John, come here, please. The small Asian man will come out from behind the pillar and walk over. Long John, of course, is not his real name, but the
Oh, it
I
was
believe we just lost Zed.
bastards who cut his...
Oh, there we go.
We
you
missed
both
him.
cut out for a minute. Actually, Portia's still gone.
Camarilla is trying to hack us.
I believe the
Destroy our-
Camarilla is hacking our
Back.
storyteller and our. Oh, I think you guys are back. Yeah,
They're
okay.
back.
You appear back.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like we just had a bit of a hiccup.
They're saying it's
My-
not his real name.
Yeah. The bastards who cut out his tongue decided to carve that into his chest. Unfortunately, he's not really capable of explaining very much. We've been working on a system. This is too much explanation for you, however. Suffice to say, Long John will be your primary method of reaching me. He is to accompany you and also to show you one possible haven location. He has the instructions and is capable of communicating them to, say, a taxi driver or a livery or whatever else you might take to get there.
I have one final question.
Yes.
Seeing as it is now after midnight, is there somewhere temporarily set up for us?
No.
Understood.
You have at least 5 hours. You should be fine.
True.
Now, before you go, I would like to point out, both of you, left hand and right hand. Throck, are you doing lines over there?
It is the 40s.
And LA. Left hand and right hand. Your job is the same. Whoever brings the Camarilla Princeship to the ground wins.
What do we win?
LA.
I like it.
A suitable price.
So, know that this is a zero-sum game. I don't expect that they'll be willing to share. And from over in the other group, one of the guys who isn't wearing plaid pipes up and says, "Nope, not willing to share. We gonna take this whole place down." So, call it a ring.
Something about dogs that bark loudest.
Go.
This way. And I just sweeping wave to draw what will be my pack towards me and begin to walk away from the site.
I dramatically turn on my heel and follow.
Give a
follow.
curt bow and then turn to follow.
We walk for about a quarter of a mile into the wilderness, where is parked a garbage truck. I go up to the back of it, and one can see that there is a normal, just big dumping area. But if one looks very closely, they'll see that space that's supposed to hold garbage is less than half as large as it should be and stops. And then if one were to crawl underneath, there's a hatch to go into a cavern space in between the cab and where the garbage is held.
I don't know that I've ever seen it, so I don't know what I'm looking at. I just stand back and observe.
I crawl underneath it. It's quite spacious underneath because it's a high riding vehicle, and yank on something. Inside.
Sorry, I think we are starting a little quickly. I'm Ivan Kukushkin, and you are?
Before I get yours.
Before we get in this truck.
I just want to get out of the open. But yes.
Nice to meet you. I just want to get out of the open.
Isaac.
Ah, there we are. I'm Gianna.
And I am Roxy.
Now we go in? Apparently.
So, as soon as I will go up inside there with everyone else, so we will all be hidden inside of that space if everyone goes in, just so that we're in a more private location that cannot be in any way accessed by the sun.
Long John will hesitate, look at the space, look at you, and then stand back and motion for everyone else to get in.
Okay.
Ivan's not getting in yet either.
I'd like to go take a closer look. And does it look dirty? Does it look clean? Is it?
The cavern space does not look notably dirty. It is also definitely not notably clean.
I was going to say, is there oil? Is there dirt? Because I'm not getting in that.
No, it's basically entirely divorced from the rest of the vehicle. It's just this capsule space. But it's not perfectly dirty because people have gone in and out of it, and it's never been swept, but it's just not used very often.
Diana, Long John will actually sort of extremely quietly, almost surprisingly so, sidle up to you and gently and hand you a business card. The business card has the phone number of a taxi service.
I like that. Thank you. I need a payphone. I look around. Is there a phone
in wilderness
nearby?
where I've walked you all out to? We are nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Isaac.
I will drive you wherever you want.
Isaac, you make so many assumptions. Come back out. We're not going to discuss anything so careful.
I want to know where we are going.
Into the city. I thought that was obvious.
The city is enormous. Where are we going?
Perhaps we could start by asking our guide here.
I think we should go to one of the hotels that isn't extremely close to the city and has some interior rooms. I can afford that easy. It'll at least give us a night.
Well, there's one passenger seat.
Up front.
Everyone else, yes. Everyone else will have to be in here.
I'm okay with the garbage truck, just saying.
Another quiet cough, and Long John is in the passenger seat.
That's what I figured. And that's a better idea, 'cause I don't know this city.
Well, I will
I'll climb
up into the cab then.
Truck.
There is
all over my face, though.
There is a armored like door, small hatch that connects the cab to, or could connect the cab if it's open. So while you're all in and we're not in danger, I'm going to leave that open. So.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to drive us into town.
So does everyone?
Ivan, are you coming, dear?
Oh, sorry.
I just met all of you. I like you all well enough already.
We have
I
something
think I
in
will
common.
walk. Right at the bottom of the hills here, I can catch a cab. Where am I meeting you?
Where are you calling from, dear? There's no phone anywhere close enough.
As I said, at the bottom of these hills. I saw one or two on my way up.
You'd have to ask Long John. I don't know where we're going.
Long John pulls out a scratch pad, a steno notebook, flips a few pages, and then it just says Del Madre Hotel.
Thank you.
I suppose see you there.
Vámonos.
What does the inside of this thing look like?
Metal box.
Are there seats?
Nope.
Is there something for me to hold while I'm standing?
The door frame.
I guess I'm holding the door
cab.
frame. Because I'm not sitting down in this. Mm-mm. So what is this vehicle called? I've never seen one.
Wait, it's a garbage truck. Don't they have those like handholds on the sides for people to stand on?
Yeah.
This is a space that a normal garbage truck does not have. This is inside of a...
No, I'm talking about on the outside.
Oh,
yeah.
They have the runners.
Yeah.
He'll just hold on to the runner for right now.
You hop onto the side. All right.
Isaac, Long John will look at you and
Yep. And yeah, I'll get going. Get out of the wilderness, back onto the road. I didn't park very far away from the road, but get going.
as you drive, Long John will point whenever you come to an intersection. You don't know exactly where he's taking you, but he's definitely not taking you into the city. The lights become more and more sparse. The countryside has fewer and fewer buildings, houses, really anything, until fairly quickly you are in the middle of nowhere. You're driving southward, you know that. And eventually, northward. You're driving northward then. West, right? West? West works. You're going west. Yeah. Until eventually you come to a very small, rundown hotel. It has a sort of a stucco facade, and a lot of cracked plaster. The bricks that make up most of the building itself, like most of the actual structure, are old and deeply weathered. And there is a tall neon sign missing a few letters and blinking erratically that says Del Madre Hotel, because it is missing the H.
I will pull around back because people generally don't question a garbage truck and where it decides to park. So I'm not going to park in like the front, like customer spaces. I'm going to go around back and park near the utilities for the building.
Do all the buildings in the United States look like that?
It's nothing like Europe, unfortunately.
I miss home already.
Long John will pull up his notebook, and again, Isaac, he'll show you a page, and it says, "Go talk to the manager."
I get out and leave everybody there unless they follow me.
Oh, I'm following you. I'm not trusting you with this.
I'll wait in the truck.
And I'll walk in.
Yeah, Ivan would be going with.
I'll go back around to the front and walk in the front door in the lobby.
As you open the door, there's a ting-a-ling-ling-ling from the bell attached to it. And then you hear, "Oh, hello. How are you?" And behind the counter, you see a large, fairly round man. He is balding with just a comically large beard. So me, I guess. And he is wearing a maroon sweater vest and a stained, kind of splotchy white button-down shirt underneath. And he has a little name tag that says manager.
Just the person we needed to see.
Oh, wait, what's that accent?
Oh, this accent is from everywhere. I am from everywhere, I promise you. But mostly I am from here. I am from this place, America. Very happy to be here.
Right.
May I get your name? I'm assuming it is not manager.
No. I apologize. My name is Sebastian. Yes, Sebastian. That is my name. Absolutely, that is.
It's good to meet you, Sebastian.
It's good to meet you too. I was told to expect a group of foreign dignitaries, very expensive. I mean, very nice people such as yourselves.
Yes. I'm assuming you have a room for us then.
I don't just have a room. And he hands you a key with a little plastic tag on it that says, or sorry, a little wooden tag, I apologize, with the word master key carved into it. But like when I say carved, I mean like with a pocket knife, like roughly carved into a little block. And he hands it over to you and he says, "You are new owners now. I am your manager."
Ah. I suppose this can work. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Please, let me show you place.
Yes. Yes, that'll work.
What would you like to see first? Our beautiful view? Our pool? The rooms?
Rooms.
Rooms?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got
And
it.
basements, if you have them.
The what? I'm sorry?
Service areas and basements, if you have them.
Oh, not so many basements out here, friend. Basements aren't really a thing in this country. I mean, my country, in America.
Yes. So show us, please.
Yes, of course. Follow me. And he will take you. So the hotel is one building, 2 stories, with 14 rooms, and then the office, like the manager office / lobby, is double tall and takes up the space. So it's just a squat rectangular building. All of the rooms are accessed outside. So the doors there are 7 doors on the first floor, 7 doors on the second floor, with a rusted metal staircase on either end that takes you up.
Can I, by either handshake or any other like interaction with him, can I tell in any way if he's got anything supernatural about him? If he's if he's a ghoul or anything? Can I tell anything?
I don't think so, Throck. I don't think that they would have any way of noticing something like that right away. There's something I'm forgetting.
Auspex 1 would allow you to tell if they were alive or not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Without having to Yeah. Anything else? No, not really. You'd have to, you'd have to either look at a soul, you'd have to look at their aura, or you'd have to kind of Auspex with, I think it's Auspex 3, or look at their, or just listen for a heartbeat with Auspex 1.
But giving someone a handshake, not really enough on its own. Like if the person is supernatural and they screw up and they're like, "I'm gonna potent grip your hand," then maybe you would know. But I think a lot of LARPers and whatnot used to try to do this whole thing where they'd be like, I hold my finger over the wrist and see if they have a pulse. That's nonsense.
Okay. More my thought was vampires are more cold, right? And so that was, if he's a true vampire, I might be able to get a sense there. But if he's a ghoul, it would have it would tell me nothing.
Unless he's a vampire using the blush of life, which
yes. Yeah, but
so the short answer is no, without Auspex. Now, okay. Shogun, are you, or not Shogun? Sorry, J Cross, are you, Ivan, using Auspex?
Yes.
Okay, so Auspex level 1, I assume is what you are using, and Auspex. Does Auspex require a rouse check? Let us find.
Let me see.
Just pulling it up.
Auspex heightened senses is wits plus resolve does not cost a rouse check.
Okay. Cool.
I wish it would allow me to add resolve in the second set, but that's okay.
You can set up a custom roll on the rolls page.
That's fantastic.
I thought we actually had custom rolls for most of these. Okay. Yep, here we are. What's plus resolve?
Cool. Yeah. And so I go. First roll is.
First roll of the game.
Woo!
I was going to say, I'm not seeing anything in the.
Is a 2. So with your 2 successes.
Oh, is it up here? It's up here, isn't it?
Don't we start with 100 die?
A what?
Everyone starts with 100 die.
Yeah.
Oh.
So for now, don't worry about it. Just add it in next time.
Okay.
We'll just roll forward with learning the rules as we go. But 2 successes is enough to successfully use heightened senses in a way that you choose.
So what specifically are you looking for?
Listening to him, just listening for the sound of heartbeat and...
Okay. He definitely has a heartbeat.
A predator.
He definitely has a heartbeat, and it's definitely beating very quickly right now. Anything else? with your heightened senses at the moment, you can also hear the chittering of and scattering of cockroaches and other vermin in the walls.
What about other people in the hotel?
You do not hear any other people. Place seems to be vacant.
Tell me,
Sebastian,
Sebastian.
do you have the time?
The time? Well, the time is whatever you tell me it is. But according to the clock, is 3 o'clock.
I look out the the front door. I would like a room.
Yes, I was showing you to them. Please, follow me. And so he will take you on a brief tour, which requires you to walk in front of all of the rooms on the first level, then up the far side rusty metal staircase, then back to pass in front of all of the doors on the second level, and he will then open the closest room to the front office on the second floor, which would be room number 8. And he will open the door and motion inside. Please, come into presidential suite.
I'll follow him.
I'll step just inside the doorway and take a look.
After you, Sebastian.
I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you.
After you, Sebastian.
Oh, no, I insist. You are a new owner.
Exactly. After you.
Oh, well, if boss tells me, then yes, of course. And he will walk inside. Long John, by the way, did not accompany you on the tour. You left him in the lobby, and you're not even certain if he's still there. Okay.
First question, are there windows?
Yes. But there are very thick drapes in front of them. And they're like blackout curtains. Multiple layers. The room itself it's not glamorous in any way. The carpet is stained and splotchy. The beds are there. In each room there is one bed, so it is a double. And the bed is clean enough. It's made. The sheets are a bit stained, but they seem as if they've been washed, just permanently splotchy stained. The walls are a faded, stained nicotine yellow. The rooms do reek of cigarette smoke. The bathroom in each room is small, and they don't have tubs, but rather they have like little shower stalls, little square shower stalls, and then a sink. There are no amenities, so there are no glasses, no toothbrushes, none of that like Holiday Inn type stuff. It's literally just a room. Each room also has a chair, a small like writing desk, a ceiling fan, and a lamp.
Is there a main room between the two?
Sorry, and a radio.
Is there a main room connecting the two rooms?
Connecting what two rooms?
You said there were two rooms, each with a bedroom. Is there like a main living room?
No. No. Each room, like each hotel room, has main room, tiny bathroom.
So this is very good. I think we can, as new owners, make some definite improvements, but thank you so much, Sebastian. How many rooms have those curtains in them? Is it every room?
All of them, yes. Is the only modification I was asked to make after selling this hotel to Benny.
Very good.
Very good. I think we can definitely make some improvements over time. And make suggestions, and since you're the manager, you can make improvements that you would see fit best. We can give you the funds to purchase new materials, things like that. Does that sound good?
I mean, I already think hotel's pretty great. I built, well, not built, but, you know, I cleaned most of it myself. Yes, if you have specific things you would like me to do, of course.
Well, you see, in a big city like this, people who don't want to pay as high of prices in the city would pay quite a good amount of money to have somewhere nice here. So it could be more money for you.
I do appreciate the idea of more money.
We'll make a good team, I think.
Of course. Absolutely we will. Is there anything else you need? You have key, gets you in all rooms.
Do the rooms have individual keys?
I could get them. Yes, each room has its own key. You have master key.
Mm-hmm. So, but it's possible for each room to have its own key. Without the master key.
He's looking around like he's worried that this is some kind of a trick question.
No. For an individual guest, they like the idea that they have their own key.
Of course.
They know there's a master key somewhere, but everyone likes their own key.
Why would they not?
Each room has its own key. I said this.
Okay, I'm just...
Sorry. May I leave now?
I apologize.
Sebastian.
I'm from Italy. I do this. Thank you, Sebastian.
Yes.
I think you can go to the desk now.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
If you need things, please come down.
Okay.
On the tour, would I have seen a emergency exit around the back?
There is no emergency exit at the back of any individual room. They only have one way in.
No, yeah. I mean, like a communal one.
No, there is no like indoor connecting anything. Each room is its own little cubicle that just goes right outside.
Oh, each room has a door to the outside?
Yeah, it's a motel.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Then I will set up. I will take a room in the back closest to where my truck is set up.
There are no rooms in the back. There are 14
total.
Oh,
okay, got it. Okay, there's
7 on top, 7 on bottom. They all face
stacked
the
like that. Got it. Okay. Is there do any of the windows point backward toward the back of the building?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Then I will move my truck then, since we're the only people here. I will move it around front, towards like nearish to the whatever the kind of the front main area is, near the office or the lobby or whatever it is, near there, and I'll take a room right there.
Okay.
For myself.
All right. So real fast, I was just going to say, you've been abandoned by all NPCs. I will not, for the moment, tell you what to do. In fact, in most of this game, I will be looking to you guys to tell me what you're doing. Okay. So it will require you guys to speak up a bit. And so make sure then that if there is something that you're curious about, that you are getting involved.
I'm curious about a thing.
I'm curious about a thing.
Where's Eddie?
Where's Eddie?
That.
Yeah. So Eddie's getting there.
Okay.
Eddie has a slightly different path.
Okay.
So and in fact, I should probably deal with that now. So Eddie, you
yes
arrive in LA at the airport. You are put into a taxi cab. The cab has, like, there is a cab waiting with a guy with a sign with your last name on it.
Is he alive?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And he puts you in the cab and he says, wow, I thought you were going to be here a lot sooner. I didn't realize that. Well, anyway, yeah, let's go. We're going to be late. Fish doesn't like it when we're late.
Then go.
Okay, going. Yeah, going. And so the guy drives pretty quickly. And as you are driving, a black sedan driving in the other direction will cross over the middle line and head-on collide with the cab that you were in.
How bad of an impact is it? And would I be able to, in time, use weight of the feather to lessen the impact?
You can definitely do that.
Okay.
With your combat experience, you're pretty good at sort of just reflexively doing that when you like are bracing for impact. Like you see it sort of at the last moment, but it's just enough time for you to go now weight of the feather, I believe that's for
it's if it is a reflexive thing, I think it is wits plus survival at a roll of difficulty of 3 as a reaction.
Yeah, I just don't remember all the names of everything. Which
that's a protean level.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is a level 1 protean ability. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it stops here. Let me make sure it's actually effective.
Reduce their effective mass and density, making themselves almost weightless. Ooh, nice. This allows them to avoid triggering pressure sensors, which aren't a thing, as well as avoiding major damage from falls, collisions, or being thrown. The power cannot be used for longer leaps. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be wits and survival.
Okay.
Exactly as
I'm
written.
setting you up right now. Underneath your disciplines, if you click the drop down, and then you click, you should now have a roll set up for you for wits plus survival, and there's a little d20 next to it.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
That's what those 2 windows are. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Mhm.
Alright, so I just click this little roll button next to it,
Yep.
all the way on the right. Okay.
Yup. Should work.
At a difficulty of 3, we said.
I actually
so-
didn't say.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It says at difficulty 3 in the book, and I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Jesus. Okay.
There you go.
Is it nighttime right now? It's night, right? Because that's the only way I could be in a car.
Yes, correct.
If it's possible, could I? And this was a head-on collision.
Yeah.
Could
Well,
I?
It's like it's head on, but like that, right?
Okay, because I was gonna say if I was able to go through my windshield and through their windshield, but if that's not possible, then don't worry about it. I'll just survive.
Yeah, it's a little too anime. Not to say that you can't, actually, but we're not there yet.
That's the perfect explanation. To
so
anime.
the cars hit each other and they're sort of spinning around on the road, but you're not hurt thanks to your timely use of a perfectly designed discipline for just this scenario.
Yeah. I figured this would happen to me a lot. Is there any way that I can tell how many men were in the car or figures were in the car?
Oh, you're about to find out. So
Okey-dokey.
the cars stop.
Oh, I see what happened.
Your driver is very dead. His body is wrapped around the steering wheel because no safety features in cars. Like his arm is like partially defenestrated and his head is at a bad angle. That guy's not getting up.
No.
However, the other car, the doors open, and so all 4 doors open, and out step men in black pinstripe suits with white ties. and each one of them levels a Tommy gun at you.
Am I still in the back seat?
Yeah, for now. What do you want to do?
Okay, so what I would like to do is it the left side of the vehicle kind of facing them, or the right side of the vehicle? Like driver's side facing them, or passenger side?
Which would you have gotten in?
Well, I thought I'd kind of be sitting in the middle of the back seat.
Then that's where you were.
Okay. Then what I would like to do is grab the body of the dead guy, pull him over on top. Now, I can't tell if these men are dead or alive, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Although, to be fair, none of them look hurt by this collision.
Yeah, gotcha. A little strange that they came right out spick and span. So I would like to grab the body of the cabbie, pull him like this, kick open the opposite door. Like if they're facing the left side of the vehicle, I want to kick open the right passenger door and haul ass out while holding the body over me to see if it can't absorb or slow down any of the bullets.
Okay.
And just get away from them and towards any buildings or alleyways that I possibly can. What's the environment that I'm in? Am I in cityscape or am I in like?
So you're sort of in the you're in the. You are nearest to the city. You can actually see the Hollywood sign from where you are. It's only about a mile away.
Evac point. Gotcha. Destination.
And yeah, that's what you're looking at right now.
Okay. Then if there are any buildings of any kind, I would like to try to head towards them. But if it's closer, I want to head towards woods. The closest cover I can possibly get to.
The closest cover would be some trees and stuff that are like scrub trees that are actually on the way towards the sign.
Cool. Then that's what I'm going to be heading towards to try to break up vision of me.
So I want you to give me a. I think that's going to be a Dex and. Hang on one moment.
What's this? Rolls.
Okay, so give me a Dex and survival.
What's the action?
Dodging and running away.
Yeah.
Dex athletics.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yep.
And
Dex and athletics.
Don't add anything to the bonus dice. I saw what happened. You rolled 10 dice, and this is just for future. You added the difficulty to the roll in your discipline test, and that added additional dice to the roll, which is why you got 6 successes. If it's asking you if there are extra dice, unless the storyteller tells you extra dice, don't worry about putting a number in there.
You gotta put a 0. If you put nothing, it freaks out.
Oh yeah, you put a 0 in there.
So just keep it at 0.
Yeah, just keep that at 0. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Oh, that's cool. It knows how much to do. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, it'll tell you.
Am I rolling? Can I find this on core?
Yeah. So to make the roll, what you'll do is you'll click Dex, and then from that you can do your second attribute. Oh, you'll have to do it actually from athletics.
Okay. Athletics.
So you click the little die symbol next to athletics.
Yep.
Then you select attribute dexterity. Modifiers is going to be 0.
Yep.
And submit.
Modifier 0.
Neil, huh?
There we go.
No, that's just me sort of making sure that it works.
Okay.
Okay.
3
okay,
successes.
cool. Yep. So yeah, you're able to make it to the trees as the 45 rounds from the Tommy guns are just pat, pat, pat into the dirt, kicking up just a lot of dust, and you can feel the punch from behind you. All 4 guys are trying to tag you.
Aren't they cute?
2 of them will stop firing, break off, and try to chase you. The other 2 stay back with a car. One of whom yells, "Big Tony says hello!"
Big Tony.
Wait, let me write that down.
Oh, you got it. Check. Are you making friends? Cool.
Tell Sorry, I said
So then if I'm making it into the woods, I want to go further, kind of serpentine through the trees. I want to hook kind of far left if I can, not necessarily trying to hide my tracks. Like I'm just tearing ass through the underbrush, and then when I get like at least because I have a little bit of a head start, but not too much against them. I want to rest his body against a tree, kind of slumped down with just sort of his foot sticking out, and then if I can, I would like to scale a tree, like just start climbing it and wait atop it to see if they essentially come for the bait of the body and then leap onto and then try to kill. I would also like to have one of my I would like to have a stake out and waiting.
Okay. All of that is really cool, but do you have celerity?
I don't know what I don't think so.
Okay. So the reason I ask is this.
Mhm.
They're not that far behind you.
Gotcha.
And they're
So they'll see me.
yeah, they will absolutely see you set this up. Like they're running full tilt. They're just about keeping up with you.
Okay, so they're definitely all right.
Yeah, give me actually go ahead and give me it's going to be strength and athletics this time. No, stamina and athletics.
Athletics, stamina. I got 4.
Okay.
Success.
Oh, and yeah, but that's also a 10 on the hunger die.
What does that mean?
So that hang
You
on, let
did
me
get
make
a
a
critical success, so it doesn't.
Does that mean I'm about to lose my tits?
It
a
only
critical
means-
one with one more 10s when the character succeeds as an irregular critical, but like that. So that should be a bestial?
No, it's only because this isn't a critical success. This
not?
is a regular success that happens to have one of his successes be the.
Oh yeah, you're
It's
right.
only
You're
if
correct.
He critically succeeded.
Right, because we
And
didn't
also-
have the whole little the beast
It
thing. in the
shows it
bottom.
up.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
tell
it'll
you.
tell you. It would tell us. That is correct.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Yeah, okay.
I love Roll20 for this right now. It is making my life so much easier.
Okay, so you're definitely able to keep ahead of these guys. They're huffing and puffing and beginning to fall back a bit.
Whoa. They're huffing and puffing?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. So, was I able to break sight from them at all, or am I not sure?
You not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. You think that if you were to slow down very much, they might stop
They'd
and
catch
start
you.
shoot. Well, they'll
Right on.
probably shoot you is the thing. Like as long as they have to keep moving to have a chance of hitting you, then they're not shooting at you, right?
Yeah.
But the moment that they think that it's more beneficial for them to stop and fire, they will.
Okay, then change of game plan. As I'm running, it doesn't seem like they're going to be stopping anytime soon, and I'm still unclear if they're K-Knights or not. I'm going to haul ass, and I'm going to kind of jump and grab. I don't know if this is a power. It might also be too anime, but with the momentum, grab the side of a tree and kind of like with the claws out, scrape along it, and just kind of like and just start hauling ass back at them, like and just kind of like as I'm
Okay.
running away,
Yeah. I understand.
and then like when they don't see me coming, just like boom, and if
With
I
your
guess
claws
drop
out.
the body because I don't think I'm strong enough to hug the
With
body.
your claws.
So
Oh, yeah, claws
Weight
are
of the
out.
feather would allow you to pull that off because you would have 0. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that with weight of the feather and also the fact that I said no to your last anime move, but this one's awesome. I'm gonna let it happen. So it's gonna be dexterity and athletics to see if you can pull it off correctly. It's gonna require 3 successes.
No problem. That might be.
Hey!
That's
Okay.
good.
So you not
I
only
got a
do it,
5.
but you can even tell me exactly what result you want to have happen from it.
Okay, so as I'm gonna abandon the body because I don't think I'm strong enough to do that with a body. I think that I don't think I'm beefy enough.
Yeah, especially weight of the feather does not affect the thing that you're carrying.
So it would just be like me dragging it. So I leave him behind, jump, grab the side of the tree, launch around, and now I have my the feral weapon is on my left hand, and I'm going to be pulling a stake out from underneath my shirt on the right side. And as I fly towards them, I want to just throw the stake at one of their I'm going to aim for the chest or the head. Not any lower than the chest, but either chest or higher. And the other one, I just want to pounce on him and go straight for his eyes and rake the claws across his eyes. Not throat or anything.
When you summon the claws, you need to make a rouse check.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Ooh.
That's down at the bottom, right? Rouse.
Okay, so you do gain a bit of hunger from that.
Don't get the palate.
Okay, it doesn't automatically do that, right?
Okay, cool.
No, I think you have to move your hunger.
I moved, so now I have 2 hunger.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm hungry. I've been on a boat for a while too. Does that affect that?
It would. Well, you had a lot of rest. It should, but this is the beginning of the game, and I'm not gonna screw you quite that much.
Okay.
I figure sending 4 guys with Tommy guns at you is probably. So here's what you're gonna do. So you definitely hit. I'm gonna give you an extra modifier. So I want you to make your brawl attack on the first guy for your claw.
Okay.
And so that's gonna be strength and brawl. And then your feral weapon gives you modifiers to the damage, but not to the base roll.
To the base roll, I have a specialty for fighting K-Knights and staking K-Knights. But if they're not K-Knights, then I won't get that extra dot. But if they are K-Knights...
That's really interesting, because you think that they might be K-Knights.
Well, I guess it would more affect, whether they actually are. If you want, I'll just roll it straight now, and then we can do that later.
Roll it with... Here, no, stop.
Okay.
Only me talk. I'm gonna say you get the specialty because you'll get the specialty on the stake attack. Although that's a melee, not a brawl.
That's for melee, yeah.
Yeah, no specialty, but you do get 2 bonus from the sweet ass spin move that you just did.
So where does that go? A 2 bonus.
So where it asks you extra dice or whatever.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Where you put that difficulty before accidentally.
Okay, so under the brawl, I'll do brawl strength.
Then add it to it.
And then add
and then make it 2.
And I'll roll for the mob guy, Ben.
I only got a 4.
You said what?
I'll roll for the mob guy. I've got his NPC sheet up.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I got a 4.
He got a 0.
Yeah. Ouch. Okay, so you definitely hit. So you're going to do some damage now, and I believe the damage is based on the number of successes you got, right? And then
yes, plus a new weapon rating from the weapon itself.
Yeah, which is 2. So you're going to roll 6 damage.
You don't even roll; you just do it.
Oh, is it?
Holy crap!
Nice. Okay. So and let me see, and it's aggravated. Nice.
Oh, there's no way. Oh, because they're human.
If they're human, that kills them. Yeah.
If they're human.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
But I don't do aggravated against K-Knights.
You're right, but you do against humans and ghouls. So, dead. You cut
First
that guy
blood.
Yeah, you basically just pull his chest off of the rest of him.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, trigger warning for anyone who forgot to start with that.
Body horror. Sorry.
Yeah.
It gonna happen real bad.
This is A, vampires, and B, Sabbat. There will be gore. Not
Mortal Kombat.
much, but
Don't say not too much.
Well, because for me, I've got a very high threshold. Too much is hard to get. All right, so you've got this other guy. You've got a stake. The other guy sees what you do, and it just takes a moment to go, "Holy shit!" And Yeah. Sean, can you give me just a firearms from the other mob guy? So he's gonna try to shoot you.
I'm gonna leap at him.
Well, hang on.
Oh, he gets his.
Oh,
Do I get any bonus dice,
Sorry.
storyteller?
You get 2 for being real close up.
Nice.
Spray and pray.
So 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, so that's going to be 3. That's superficial damage.
So it'll be a total with a Thompson submachine gun. That'll be a total of 6 successes, I think. 6 damage. But you get to roll Dex plus Athletics against it. Oh no, you don't have celerity. So you get to roll Dex plus Athletics at -2 dice.
I have toughness, which it only lasts for a scene, which I guess is what this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's subtract the fortitude of the defender, which I guess is me, from all superficial damage sustained. This occurs before having the damage. It cannot reduce damage below 1.
Yep.
Yes.
Can I do that from his? He did 3 damage to me, right?
He did 6 damage.
He did 6 damage to me.
Instead, it's going to be 5 then.
My fortitude is pretty high.
Well, first you roll your
okay. How much?
dodging.
Well, I put a lot of points into it, so it's like at 4. 1, 2,
Okay.
4. I put a lot of my XP into it.
Yeah. Okay, so
Like
you
that.
only take 2 superficial
Okay.
Before the dodge.
before the dodge. Now roll.
Okay, so superficial is I
Hang
just
on.
put
Defending
my,
versus range attacks.
I need to reverse that actually, but
Yeah, Dex plus Athletics.
yeah. So
Do
make
I-
your Dex plus Athletics -2. Sorry.
so,
This is our first time. This is our
Yeah,
Yeah, we are
figuring this
all we are all in the stuff for the first time, so it's totally
-2. You said
Yeah.
Yep.
3 is my success, and then do I take
good.
away 2 of my health bars?
So actually, you take no damage because.
It can't be
Or
reduced.
no, that's right.
Can't be
Thank
reduced
you.
below. Yeah.
Sorry. So you do take 1. So what
One
happens
superficial. Yeah.
is all right.
What's that mean? You
Pause.
just
One speaker for just a moment. Let me explain. So here's what happens. You do your dodge action to get around it first. You got 3 successes. He got 3 successes plus the 3 from the gun. So that's 6 minus 3 from your dodging brings it down to 3. Then you have 4 dots of fortitude, which would lower the damage, but since it can't lower it less than 1, then it lowers it to 1. So he would have done 6 to you. He only did 1 because you're a tough SOB. Okay?
Question.
Shogun, yes.
The +3 from the fact it's a Tommy gun is a +3 to damage, not to its ability to hit him, right?
Correct.
So that means they both rolled 3. That means the equivalent is that the guy got a net 0 on hits, right? They both rolled 3. That means he missed, and he doesn't matter how much bonus damage he should deal. He missed. Is that correct?
Throck?
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
He's correct. There'd be no damage.
Okay.
did I
You
could
dodged the
I
bullets.
negate using
You
so
dodged the
didn't
bullets.
take any-
Yep.
Yeah. So next time, here's why that got sloppy, and here's what we need to remember for next time. It's attack, then dodge or other form of resistance. Compare.
Then
If there are
fortitude.
successes left over, those successes go to damage.
I like
If
that.
there are no successes left over, then it's a miss.
Okay.
So
That
that's
makes
what.
it a little bit less lethal too, I guess. Like in
Yeah, I
'cause then
mean
we would just
potentially.
talk about machine guns.
But yeah, so that's what we got all screwed up and turned around on that. But
So then I
first
only
time.
take
I think we know what to do now.
You take
I take
no.
I take 0 damage.
Yep, nothing.
Okay.
You just
and-
straight up dodged all of those bullets.
And now it's your turn to hit him. And this one you said was with the stake.
Yeah, I want to just throw the stake into his chest. If I
Okay.
can. I don't have any specialty in that, but
Then
I
you're
wanna
just
jump
going to be
on-
making a
even
dex and
how far away am I from him?
hang on. I mean, you're real close.
Oh, then I
Um,
can I leap on him? Is that a Wolverine?
Yeah.
I would like to leap on him.
Okay. So this is going to be dex and melee.
I would like to rage.
Okay. I would like to range. So melee.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of barbarianing, but not really.
3 success.
Uh,
So you get
What
one net
the-
success.
why did that not show up? Oh! I see the lieutenant's in there. Okay, so 1 success total. Plus the stake gives you, I think, 1.
Thanks.
So you get 2 points of damage to him, and those are melee damage counts as aggravated to mortals, right?
It depends on the weapon. It's gonna for a stake. It's gonna be your call, right? Like, do you think him stabbing someone with a piece of
some
wood
guy?
is gonna be
Okay,
aggravated or lethal, or aggravated or
so
superficial?
here's what I'm gonna say, because I also like making this point as early as possible in any game. So a stake to the heart paralyzes a vampire, so it's an extremely effective way of trying to take out a vampire. A stake to the heart kills a human, so it's an extremely effective way of taking out a human.
Yeah.
So you stab him in the heart with a stake. He dies from a stake to the heart, and we'll call that a day.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll pull the stake out, clean it off on his clothes, throw it back in my belt, and I would like to take his Tommy gun. Is it in good condition? Is it like?
Yeah, it's never been used.
Okay. How much?
Well, actually, that's not true. It was just used. It's got about half a drum left.
It's good enough.
The other dude.
I'm gonna start making my way kind of to the right of the woods, back towards the street quietly, and I would like to listen for more cars and more people. Are there sirens on their way, or does it sound like there's more men?
Oh, there are definitely sirens.
Then I am flipping around and going the other way. Unless, is the street pretty close to me? Like, can I see the guys?
Not. I mean, you can see them, but they're pretty far away. And so they're like the 2 guys in suits that are still by the car are now walking down the road a bit further to where there is another car that has stopped. They then get into that car and speed the hell away, leaving the
I'm
wreckage.
booking it then. So then I'm just gonna start hauling ass towards the Hollywood sign, staying to tree cover and staying away from any roads or any lights.
Okay.
But I'm holding on to that Tommy gun for now.
Get to the Hollywood sign, and there is one person there. He's a tall black man, standing and just sort of looking out over the city. He's wearing a pretty, like, it's not, it is a mid-range suit, but it is well cared for. It's just a black suit with a maroon shirt and a gray tie.
Can I tell if he's alive or not?
How would you go about doing that?
Oh, I don't know if I can like smell him or something.
Oh, that's an
or can I just kind of tell? You know what I mean?
He smells like cigar smoke, and sort of a sugary sweet.
Okay. Then I'm gonna start approaching, Tommy gun in hand. Say, excuse me.
Yes.
I was sent a letter. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I do. I sent you the letter.
Perfect. And I'm gonna kind of relax with the gun. What am I here for?
Well, you're about 3 hours late for it.
Yeah, well.
Also, you've now left me some extra bodies to clean up. What was that all about?
Not sure. Something about a big Tony. You know anything about that?
Oh, yes, I do. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, though. I don't know you well enough yet to trust you with that sort of information. Suffice to say, that was meant for me, not for you. Sorry. Thank you. I owe you one.
You Sabbat?
That's an awfully rude question to ask someone you've just met. But yes.
Were they Camarilla?
No.
Humans?
Mostly.
Ghouls?
Yes.
What other big players are in the city?
All sorts. Look, you have, well, let's just say you're missing a bit of subtlety, but your friends should help you to make up for it. I believe that you'll be a wonderful addition to their team. I'm going to take you to them. Are you willing to follow me?
Absolutely. One more question, if I could. First of all, who are you? I am Eddie. And second of all, what's your rank amongst the Sabbat, just so that I'm aware?
You really do get right to it, don't you? Interesting. Fascinating. Lovely. I'm not going to tell you my rank. Suffice to say, it's higher than yours. You can call me the Fish. Let's go.
Fish? Understood. And I start to follow him. Is he leading me all the way to the home base?
Yeah, well, what he'll do is he'll take you to a car. It's a decent car. It's a like a roadster. It's a convertible. Which a convertible back then was like there was a whole hard top thing that you had to. But yeah, he gets in. He puts on these like driving glasses, like the sunglasses with the wraparound sides, right? And some driving gloves.
Before I get in his car, I ask him, "Do you have a bottle of water?"
Why?
And I have blood all over my hands.
Oh, no one will care. Let's go.
Your car. And I said, I guess keeping it like on my pants and not.
Yeah. And yeah. So like a little kid in Grammy's Pontiac, you sit in the car. He does not speak during the car ride.
Neither do I.
Fantastic. You guys drive in silence.
Yes. Just miserable silence.
Yes. And he takes you to the Del Madre Hotel, and opens. He stops the car, stands up, gets out of the car, comes around, opens your door, and motions, and says, "Please go in, speak with the manager. I'm sure he'll get you situated."
Break.
All right.
I hear you. Hang on, we're just about there.
I still have my Tommy gun as I start walking my way out.
Yeah, that's fine. As you are walking with your Tommy gun towards the lobby, a small Asian man walks past you, looks at you, bows slightly, and then heads over to the car, gets in next to the Fish, and the Fish and the small Asian man drive away.
I don't want to enter the hotel. Can I just make sure everything's cool with awareness?
Zed?
Yeah?
I was gonna say, like, I'm probably actually, like, out on the rails.
Oh, okay.
On the second floor, so I'm, like, watching this happen.
Yeah, you see him arrive, you see Long John leave with the Fish, and now we take a break.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to you, so whatever.
So, we're going to take just a very short break, everybody out there, and thank you for sticking with us. I hope everybody's having a good time. I know I am. How are you?
The party's together!
Yes, the party is together. And already with stories to tell. And a body
and a vodka, yay!
Oh, it's mortals, they don't count.
Yeah.
How very Sabbat.
Yep.
Alrighty, so Throck, how long are we breaking for?
10 minutes max.
Okay. So shooting for 5, 10 at the worst.
Yep.
We'll be back in a little bit, guys.
Bye!
Sergeant First Class Mark Wood.
We are coming back now, jawohl, and we are back. Transition. There we go. Thank you. Okay, there. Now we're back. Willkommen. I'm going to shut up and let them do their thing. We're back.
You are. What's your name? Oh, I'm up on the second floor balcony, like, pointing at you.
Then the minute you make a noise, I train the Tommy gun on you. And then looking at you, I lower it. Eddie.
Hi. Eddie. I'm Gianna.
Gianna. Why am I here?
Why would any of us be here?
I'm coming inside.
Yeah, come up. Just come to the second floor. You'll get a room.
Real fast as so, because I didn't want to interrupt, but there was a moment where, as you were looking up, a portly guy, balding, big beard, like walked up to the lobby door, pushed it open a little, saw you with a Tommy gun, closed the lobby door, and went away.
So
hearing voices outside, Ivan would go out.
Yeah, similarly, hearing voices, I would move to the lobby and stand just ready next to the door to punch the person that comes through if they're attacking us or something. I'm not specifically like staying like that, but I'm like right next to the inside of that door.
For what it's worth, just to, and I'm gonna have to like draw this or something, but there is no access to the lobby from any of the rooms.
Okay, got it. Yeah, no, so I'll walk out. Yeah, no, I'll walk out. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll walk out. And I'm focusing on trying to my limited capacity to look like I'm walking naturally, but what I'm doing is closing distance to the potential threat.
Okay.
I also imagine that I would have a room on the floor, so I would also on the bottom floor. So I also imagine that I would open the door and peek my head out to see what the commotion is.
Oh, good, everybody. Why don't we meet in the kitchen? I assume there's a kitchen. We should meet there. Sound
Okay.
good?
Yeah.
Are we all in the lobby right now?
We're just standing
my
outside.
understanding is you're all outside.
Oh, we're all outside?
Yeah.
I will peek over.
On your map, I have drawn what a motel looks like, because apparently some people don't know what a motel looks like. I don't understand. Okay.
I know what a motel looks like.
Not a lot of road trips as a kid, probably.
I'm gonna. Because it's only rooms and a lobby room. There's no, as far as I'm aware, there's no amenities, so there's no kitchen, no nothing. So basically,
if it's a road motel, then it's probably
it's a road motel. It's
lobby, but mostly
With
parties.
vending machines around at this time, we can meet by the vending machine.
So basically, what we do is
Are we in automat territory?
So
Just out of curiosity.
automats were a thing at this time. You are not near one.
So we can either meet as a communal space. We can either meet in the presidential suite or tell Sebastian to get lost and take over the lobby.
These are your options.
Sebastian, leave.
Okay, boss, absolutely. I will go on break now. Eat my sandwich.
I go into the lobby
I will as well.
and I start kind of checking the just kind of looking over the area, but I sort of want to have, I don't know, like a general kind of awareness about the people that are around me now and the environment. I'm not entirely.
Yes.
Is there a memory check roll, or is that entirely RP?
For what?
Our characters
The
map.
relationship map. basically.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, to like remember like what all is on
People
it?
I've seen, but like 50 years ago.
Oh,
Because
no,
they know
that's
each other.
that's all roleplay. That's all roleplay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. This person looks familiar, but I'm just keeping quiet, just eyeing them.
Yeah, I'll walk up to Eddie and be like, "So, Benny the fish brought you in, huh?
Yes,
You got a letter?"
I did while I was in the field. I assume that this is an important mission because I was pulled from something that I assume was also important.
Right. So we got some info at the sign. Why weren't you there at midnight?
It took me a while. I was overseas. Taking care of problems.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, we're here to root out the Camarilla and take
Good.
over the city.
Hmm.
There's another
There's-
pack, and we're in a competition. Whoever can bring the prince in.
Or
Well.
to be a pack.
So
We are to be a
In
pack.
a pack. Have show of hands. Who of you has been in a pack before? Interesting. All right, 3 and 2. So,
I feel like a hand was raised. Did you guys see that?
mysterious hands.
Then I kind of want to look at. Can we get I want to look at everybody. Kind of look them over. Can I get like a description of what everybody looks like? Like, let's start with. You know what? Because you were the one kind of doing any kind of threatening stance, Isaac. I'd like to kind of give Isaac a once-over. What does Isaac look like?
Isaac is wearing kind of the more of the day kind of suit sort of thing with the. It looks like he had a hat, but has lost it.
Okay.
And it looks very much like he's wearing these clothes because these are the clothes people wear, not because he's comfortable or likes these kinds of clothes.
Okay.
And he's just not subtly staring everyone down, like just glancing from person to person, being like, "You're dangerous, you're dangerous, you're dangerous," but lingering on you more than everyone.
Okay. That vibe.
He would be visibly brown skin and is got the smell of, well, mostly of lingering smell of a garbage truck.
Okay. Did I see that garbage truck when I came?
No, it's around back, so no, you wouldn't have seen it.
No.
Curious. What is Gianna? What do you look like? Because you were the first person that I saw.
Yeah, so much the same kind of face. Definitely. So a little bit darker hair though. It is curly and whatnot. Definitely looks dolled up to the times. So, looks like she is trying to put on a face. Has makeup on. Stuff on the eyes, stuff like that. She is wearing very dark clothing, but it definitely looks refined. Like it looks intentionally picked out, well kept. It isn't flashy to catch additional attention. It just sort of sways and moves.
It's classy, but not flashy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it is.
okay.
It is a classic look.
Okay.
She doesn't want to, be standing out that much unless she wants you to see her face.
All right.
Her face stands out.
Okay.
And
Gianna's
rosary on her neck.
Interesting.
What are Gianna's shoes?
Shoe?
Yeah.
Probably would have been wearing heeled closed-toe shoes. They probably would be a little dirty at this point, unfortunately. Not desired. Definitely looks weird.
And
because in my head I'm going, how do I defeat each one of these people?
She doesn't look clumsy or anything.
No, but that would be the weakest point of places to strike.
So you think?
Well, yeah, so I think, because he's fairly straightforward.
Roleplay out loud.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
so
no, sorry. It is all in his head. He's just glancing from first person. Sorry.
And Roxy, because you stand out, what do you look like?
So my clothes are incredibly oversized. But you would imagine that's because they once used to fit her previous figure. She's incredibly emaciated looking. You can see all of her bones. Her skin is very gray. Where she once had, I would say, hair, it's now just patches of whitish blonde hair. And where there are patches of no hair, you can just see like frizzles of white, very almost burnt, kind of like destroyed hair. And patches of hair, some patches not. She has, I would say, 2-day-old makeup on, so smudged. She's still trying, but it's very dirty. Her clothes are torn up. She has, I would say, something similar to this on, like a shawl, that has the ability to hood up if needed. But right now the hood is down.
So she looks a bit like she chose the wrong grail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great description.
That's a good one, yeah. Is your skin all like gooey? Like, because it looks like in the books they're all gooey.
No.
Nosferatu, no?
Is it more like...
I would say maybe
It's
dry. You know what I mean? In the books, you're like,
you know
oh,
what
they all
someone
look...
looks like when they don't have any moisture left?
yeah, dry,
like desiccated.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Like a moving mummy. Is that closer?
I just want to start. Yeah, I just want to start conversations that way now.
The Nascuatru.
All right. So,
Ivan, what do you? Oh, I'm sorry if we want to.
No, I apologize. Yeah, let's.
Ivan, what do you look like?
Ivan, on the other hand, is immaculately well dressed. Like a fine, perfectly tailored suit. trimmed beard, shaved head, wearing dark glasses with a very blue tint to them, even at night. And let's see, what else? Perfectly polished shoes, and apparently has hands folded, but you're pretty good at noticing when somebody's holding a weapon, I'm guessing. You can see a small glint of metal, nestled in the palm.
Smart. Okay. Eddie's just kind of a modern height guy. Big, kind of overcoat jacket, but I don't own one, so I wasn't wearing one. Underneath, it's just a shirt like this, and he has a pair of dog tags. And on the dog tags, he has, because I have this as one of the things, he just has these two fangs run through the chain, but they're kind of hard to see because they're in between the two dog tags, but they're there. And do vampires have scars? Or do
They can. So
ag damage.
So if you had scars in life, then you maintain them in unlife.
Oh.
If you receive aggravated damage, it's also possible to gain a scar because it might not heal correctly.
Oh, that's cool. Then he would have a few, some that looks like you can tell boxing sort of scars on his nose and around his eyes, and probably the hints of some nasty shit across his chest, like something dug into him, and some on his arms here and there. Some looks like shrapnel, maybe claws, teeth, things like that.
He's cut up.
A little bit, yeah. He's been through the ringer a little.
In that case, Ivan would totally just walk up to him and start looking him over. We could remove that.
What is visible on Eddie as far as his most recent encounter? What can we see? Have the bullets affected him in any way? Other than just hanging onto a body and all that, just having blood smeared over a lot of him? I
think that's up to the storyteller, I guess, right? I guess I would have blood on my hands because I gored the one guy.
Yeah, I mean, you've got quite a lot of blood all over you.
Yeah.
Rabbit, you didn't miss too much. They're just sort of introducing themselves, and we've been talking about what each character looks like. So I think, though, that we're ready to get going back with actual conversation.
Yes. Then I guess, now that I'm kind of meeting everybody, so does anyone know what the mission is? To take down the Camarilla, take over the city, and there is another group?
Yes,
Another
another
Sabbat
established pack. Speaking of, this is why I asked if anyone else had been in a pack before. We need to form one, and that calls for a Valkyrie. And have you participated before? I mean, 3 of you definitely have. The other 2 of you, that would be new. Well, are any of the other of you familiar with rites?
Yes.
Have you been through your creation rites?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Roxy?
Yes.
Excellent.
It's important.
No one would mind. And if you are all unaware of the rites, I am more than willing to take up the position of priest for us.
Do we need to do them again?
Oh, absolutely. To
Well,
bind
not
us to each
creation
other.
rites.
Not
No.
the creation rites. The Voldry.
All right. Well, then I'm ready. I'm a bit hungry, but I'm ready.
Oh, that's fine. So,
Let's see. I need a... What can I use here?
would
I
this
just
suffice?
happen to have... Oh, that's
She pulls one out of her bag.
perfect. And
That's a fancy cup.
It is a fancy cup.
Is it glass? How did it not break?
It's in my bag. I was very carefully traveled here.
We were in a garbage truck.
It was in my bag. I just didn't throw it around. We're good.
You can see that Isaac is already like,
Isaac,
let's get this started.
Isaac,
I like the go-gettingness.
Yes.
Right.
But,
So...
I look at the front doors and see if there are curtains we can pull over them.
Yes, there are curtains that you can pull over them. You also interrupt a Jack.
I'm just going to walk over and do that as he goes.
Okay.
So takes the cup, and now you see that small object in hand was a scalpel, and just slits open his wrist first, and starts to pour blood, and then closes it, passes it to Gianna first.
Gianna will take it and hold out her wrist to Ivan. If you would mind.
With pleasure. Cuts her wrist.
Puts blood in the cup. And passes it to Isaac. Or Eddie. Eddie puts out his hand. She passes it to him.
Takes out the claw.
Do you use your claw?
What will it do damage to me?
Yeah.
Well, two things. One, it'll hurt you, but two, it's a rouse check. Remember.
Then he carries a combat knife, so he'll probably just take out the knife and just I'll just do that if it's so. Do that. I'll just toss it over to Roxy.
The knife or just the cup?
The cup. I'll offer the knife if you want it.
Throck, there's a reason for that. It's because they end up getting it back. So,
Okay.
Continue.
So I will take the cup, and I will take the knife, and I will also pour some in. And then I will pass the cup over to
I'll
Isaac.
take it, and my wrist is already lightly bleeding. I just take my thumb off of it to let it flow, and then lick it closed, and offer it back to the priest.
So in the time that it was going around, he would produce a rosary from a pocket and then take the cup and hold it forward. And so just holding it up. We are all ready.
Ready.
Tenebrae pater noster, qui est nobiscum, sanctificator nomen tuum, observa hoc sacramento, nostra devotio, procubus, tibi ut opus, testem profert gladio, quia potestas, et gloria in Cain. Amen. And take a drink. And pass it to Gianna.
On bonus XP for Jack.
To the forming of our new pact, to the achievement of our goal, and to winning the competition. She drinks and passes it to Eddie.
To the fall of the Camarilla, may the Sabbat be ever victorious. And I pass it to Roxy.
To winning LA. And I will take a drink, pass it over to Isaac.
To the blood of Cain that we will take back from the unworthy. And give it back to Gianna now that it is empty. Well, because it's Gianna's cup. Do what it would like.
So we have to roll a bunch of stuff now.
Right?
Yep. Okay.
Let's do it.
So the rules for this are pretty funny. Well, I mean, not funny, but like
Pretty goofy.
Oh.
more like funny.
Funny blood.
Okay, so let me just pull up.
I've got it up. If you want me to.
I mean,
I have the system here too.
Throck, but that's
I've
not
got-
really.
Oh, sorry, it hit the desk.
Where's my loot check? Where's my loot check?
I need a loot.
Loot!
Crumbs. Hang on. Here we are. Okay, so here's how this works. Each of you is going to roll a single D10 for each other participant in the ceremony. Okay, so that means that each of you is going to roll 4. And what you need to do is, I've got a way that we can do this pretty easily across the board so that it won't take forever. But what you need to remember is actually specifically this line that I'm about to toss into Twitch chat. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop.
Can we just roll 4d10?
No. Because it's specific to, so you guys are going to need to keep notes on who you have Vinculum with, because not everyone will have Vinculum with everyone else at the same rate. Okay, it is possible to lose Vinculum rating with people over time. It is possible to gain more than other people gain to you. So the point here is that you're going to have to make these rolls. So here's what we're going to do is I'm just going to call out a name across the board. Everyone except for the person whose name I call, roll 1d10 at that time. Okay, and then based on the Vinculum rules, that'll determine whether or not you get points to them or not. Okay.
Just a note for everybody: in my character sheet details is where I'm putting my Vinculum ratings, so that it's in my sheet and I can't forget where it is.
I'm putting it in history personally.
What's the modifier I should be applying for bond slave?
Oh yeah.
None to the. No. That's right. No. Sorry, we already talked about this. So for you, it's every time you would gain 1, you gain 2. Every time you gain 2, you gain 3. Okay. And then if you would otherwise lose a point, you only lose 1 point. You don't lose 2. Okay, so it's easier for you to go up than to go down, but you can still go down.
Cool. That sounds fair.
Okay, so everyone but Gianna roll for Gianna. Okay, so Isaac, you gain 2 to Gianna. Jumi, you gain 1. Eddie, you gain, I apologize. Roxy, you gain 1. Eddie, you do not. And Ivan, you do not. You can't go lower than 0.
Yeah.
Now, actually, it occurs to me that's a slight lie because, I'm actually a liar.
Also, if it's the first time you're participating.
So I was literally just doing that. So that's what I was saying is because it's the first time, you're all automatically going to go up 1. So everyone add 1 to everybody else, no matter what, and then based on the roll is what you gain additionally. So actually, it's Shogun. You'll gain 3 total.
Jesus.
Plus 1 for my because I crit.
Well,
I got
no. That was the. Oh yeah.
So I'm a total of 4.
Yep. So you really like Gianna. And then.
And we're on a 0 to 10 scale.
Yes. So Roxy, you'll gain. Well, really, it's a 1 to 10 scale. Roxy, you'll gain 2 then total. Eddie, you'll gain 1 total. Ivan, you'll gain 1 total.
Okay.
Really 1 total and not 0?
So it would be 0, but just it's the first time.
Okay.
The first time you always gain 1 to someone who you haven't done it with.
Cool.
Okay, so everybody but Eddie, roll for Eddie. Okay, so looks like everyone gains a total of. No, that's not true. Everyone but Ivan gains a total of 2 to Eddie. Ivan, you gain 1.
Don't I gain 1? Because I rolled a 4.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, I should remember the rule I wrote. Yeah, so sorry. So Roxy and Isaac, you still gain 2. And Gianna and Ivan, you gain 1. Okay.
So you said Roxy 2?
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Gianna.
Yeah.
I misread.
Okay. All right, so everyone but Roxy roll.
Oh.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So again then, and I think most of you guys are figuring out the way this works now. So Isaac, you gain 2. Ivan, you gain 2. Gianna, you gain 2. And then Eddie, you gain 1.
Total.
Yep, total. All right, everyone but Isaac roll. Nice.
Nice.
I feel like I'm missing one still.
Yep. Wait.
Ivan, I'm waiting
I was
for
going to
Ivan.
say Ivan.
Oh no, yeah, it was Ivan. Sorry. Yeah, I
There we are. Okay.
Oh, is it for me?
so wait, is it for Ivan or
No, for you.
it's for me? Okay, so Ivan needs to roll.
Oh,
Which is what I said.
Okay,
Oh,
no,
I
yeah.
thought I heard Ivan.
You got confused, not you.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. We can start calling you Yvonne if that makes it easier.
No.
You can call me Isak if you want.
Isak. Okay.
Next.
All right. So Roxy, you gain a total of 1. Gianna, you gain a total of 2. Eddie, you gain a total of 3. And then Ivan, you gain a total of 2.
Let's go.
And then finally, everyone but Ivan.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay, so Eddie, you're going to gain 1. Gianna, you're going to gain 2. Roxy, you're going to gain 3. And Isaac, you gain 2.
2 total because of
Yeah.
all the stuff.
Yep.
All right, cool.
So that's how that works. Now, technically, you guys could like something that I should add to the rule is that you can only do 1 Vaulderie a night and have it be effective. So like you couldn't just sit there and do Vaulderie 7 or 8 times until everyone's at 10. It works essentially once a session. Okay.
You don't do communion every couple of minutes.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah. And then
Only twice on Sundays.
and then what I'm going to do, so I do have or can you guys actually look up, I mean, I can put the Vinculum scale into Twitch chat, but I feel like that's going to gum it up a bit.
Well, maybe
If you
just
turn
the
to your
levels we're at.
Sabbat guidebook, page
Yeah.
23, that is where you will find the Vinculum scale.
Yeah.
So what was the highest somebody got? A 3, right?
4?
Oh, a 4. Who got a 4?
Yeah.
Me.
Isaac.
Me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I have a 3 towards Isaac.
Aww.
I don't know. I just
Man.
like him.
I don't know why.
I don't know what it is about this guy. He's a good guy.
I got 3 back, so that'll work.
Nice.
Follow me, I'll follow you back, bro.
Garbage bros.
Bro.
Garbage
Like,
bros.
comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like, comments.
Also, Zed, the last couple didn't post.
No, it got all the way down to 1.
No,
No,
it's
it's
No,
only 3.
no, it didn't.
Really? I
Go
see it all
3,
the way
2,
down
1
to
again?
Okay, that's fine.
Now, when you were saying total of, you gain a total of. That's what
Yes.
the total was on there.
Yeah, that's where you sit at the end of all.
Okay, all right. Because then I'm at 1 with everybody except for Isaac.
I'm 2 Ivan, 1 you, 2 Roxy, 2 Isaac. So I
Hey,
only
guys.
have a lower.
Hey, guys.
Are we not supposed to tell each other?
Well, I mean, you can, but think about it this way. First, you have no in-game way of describing this, right? You
Yeah.
can't say, I have a 3 vinculum to you. Like, that's not a sentence that you could say in-game, right? like in character. You can't really describe that. You could say like, I feel a strong bond between us, or something along those lines if you wanted. But my feeling towards you on a scale of 1 to 10 are, it's just not a thing that you can really say. But then beyond that, depending on your character's, personality, you might not necessarily want people to know how much you do or don't like them, right? Maybe you have a really low vinculum with someone, but you want them to think that you're really tied to them, so that way you could more easily stab them in the back and betray them later.
Smart.
So there are sneaky aspects to this that, like, just randomly sharing this information out of character with each other might be detrimental. So as with most stat sharing conversations, I would actually ask you to stay away from them. During games of D&D, for example, one of the things I hate the most is when, like, there's an obvious social challenge and someone is like, all right, who here's got the most charisma? Because the answer to that should not be, oh, I have an 18 charisma, so I should do this. The answer to that should be, I don't know, he looks pretty good, so maybe he should be the guy to talk, or whatever, right? Like, it shouldn't be based on stats, because that's not something you can say. Does that make sense?
Short version, role play out your level of connection with someone and let it kind of come across that way.
Exactly.
And fib how you want.
Yeah.
Isaac is just gonna like lean against the wall as it kind of takes effect and just kind of sigh. Just
Right.
All right, so please, yes, continue.
I think, in celebration of us forming our new pack, we should. Are any of you familiar with the with any games of instinct?
Games of instinct? In what way?
No.
Those are some of my favorite things.
A game of instinct, basically, they have goals. It's a way for us to learn about each other and accomplish some sort of goal.
And this is the rite that we are to perform.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You know
It's
what we will
like
need.
what do they call them? Trust building.
A what?
Trust building.
Trust building. Okay.
ooh,
So are we...
Ivan,
Yes.
we need a ductus.
yes.
I am so glad you mentioned that. That is what I think this game should decide.
I like it.
When I was in London, I was working with a pack, and one of their, the priest there, had a game from their childhood they called Wiggly Jiggly. The way it works is whoever scores a point gets to create a new rule for everyone to follow. I will start by making the first rule, and since I am already the priest, I will not be able to win the final position, but I will assign points.
Not fair.
Now, the first 1 to 10 points will become our ductus.
Alright.
So, we will set the goal for us. Let me see. This round. The place we are staying is terrible. We need to make it better. So my current overall objective is going to be find something to improve this place. The first rule. Let me see. And he's looking at each and every one of you. You must go on foot. That is the first rule.
I walk out the
So,
door.
Do we start now?
I didn't
I'm
say
already in the
not
parking
to.
lot. I'm out.
I go.
I look at the time first.
Oh, you want to know what time it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was like, yeah, and
It's a clock.
It's like, hey,
no one's
how long do I
stopping you.
have?
It's
Yeah, I
ticking.
apologize. So right now it's about 4 a.m.
Ooh.
How long till dawn?
Yeah.
Dawn has been hitting at around about 6 to 6:30.
Fine.
Okay.
TikTok.
How far are we from any kind of civilization? Any sort of homes or things of that nature?
You don't really know. By the road that you took, just walking from the direction you came would probably take you about an hour to really get to anything.
Is that little man here the well, he wasn't little, right? He's a bit
Yeah.
I cannot
Sebastian, yeah, he fucks
Sebastian,
off
thank
to
you.
wherever he fucks off to.
I want to walk out into the parking lot and just go, Sebastian,
Yes, please. How may I help?
do you have a car?
No. I call for a livery service.
All right, where's the closest place where I could get concrete and steel?
There's a hardware store in town. There are many. There is a construction site out. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes walk down the road that way.
Just 20 minutes.
They're putting in some kind of is not casino, but is a big building.
Big beams. You see a lot of metal. You see a lot of concrete there.
Some, yes. I have not walked around.
Which direction is it?
That way, and he points in the opposite direction that you came from. So
Perfect.
further down the same road.
And there's no vehicle here.
Well, there is vehicle, but is not mine. Is Isaac's.
How do you go home?
I said I call for livery. Plus, frankly, my home apartment is not my home anymore. I live in number.
Okay, I walk away from him, and I go through the woods to try to shortcut to this construction site.
The sad, untold tale of Sebastian.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. We just beat him.
Hey, Zed.
Yes.
My resource is 3. How much cash would I generally have on hand?
In 1943, $50.
It is upper middle class.
So
Resources 3 is upper middle class. Lower upper class.
$20.
Well,
I'm a little unsure on the inflation rate.
I mean, rich, like, you would be rich enough to have steady cash on hand, right?
I know that my grandpa was often fond of telling me about the 3-course steak dinner you could get for $1. So I'm gonna say $20. It's pretty good, probably. Yeah. How are we feeling about that?
that sounds so low.
It
But
sounds.
But it's
low.
not comparatively.
I don't think it is.
No.
Yeah.
So
Hang on.
equivalent
That would
to
be like
say-
$200, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just on hand.
I think that's like $200.
I don't know if it's that much, but it's more
Well,
than.
but
20.
also,
Zed is looking up a rate.
she might carry more because
up.
you don't have debit cards.
Inflation calculator. $20 in 1943 is equivalent in purchasing power to $290.28 in 2018.
Wow.
What?
So, Ivan,
Yeah.
God, that's how much my lunch costs.
out of her bag, she pulls
$293.
$293. So, do I get a point? I set it essentially on the counter of the hotel or the motel desk.
Huh.
Oh, to purchase bedding.
That's clever.
Point to Gianna.
What's my rule?
We're nowhere
wait.
around to hear it, though.
Nope. we already left.
Speaking of which, I
Alright,
am
so
following.
stepping out of the building, he would yell, "Point to Gianna."
I'm following Eddie. I'm not like stalking him. I walk side by side with him just to wherever the heck he's going.
So
I
I
figured that
want
would have happened very quickly, so y'all wouldn't have gotten very far.
I want to kick off my heels, and can I use Mask of 1,000 Faces so that I can walk around town looking like a generic human being?
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe is Mask a rouse check? I think it is.
Yes. Should I do that first?
So, yeah. So I want you to roll the rouse check.
Okay.
Okay. So you gain a little hunger. But yeah, so just for people out there, Mask of 1,000 Faces. So you can make yourself appear as a nondescript stranger, someone expected to be present in the area. And so you just look like some person. You're just some fucking person just around. And there is no test for it. Perfect.
Okay.
And so basically, y'all made it to the edge of the parking lot before hearing that a point was scored.
No rule.
You're muted.
Did we hear that you said that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we hear that. And I just say to Eddie, "Where are we going?
I'm going to check out a construction site. We need.
Let's move faster.
What?
Let's move faster." And I begin to book it. I'm gonna.
You have to work with the existing space.
I'm gonna start running.
Are you purposely ignoring the people?
Wait. Sorry. What was it?
After work
So,
with the existing space.
Yeah.
So that's really vague. I don't know what that means.
It means that you have to stay. It means you have to stay within the confines of the motel in order to upgrade the motel. No.
I just thought we can't expand it.
You can't literally build onto the hotel or make a new building. It has to be this.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna book it the direction we're going.
I continue towards this construction site.
Okay. Roxy, you are going where?
I guess into town. I heard someone mention that there's probably like a hardware store or something.
Yeah, I mean there are hardware stores back in town. If you were to say, like, you could call for a cab or something like that, you'd be able to make it. But you do have to make it on foot.
Okay.
So it would take you about an hour-ish to get there.
Hour there, hour back.
Yeah. Okay. Are there nearby homes around where we are? Are we pretty stranded out here?
Fairly remote, yeah. You know that there is a construction site about 20 minutes down the road. No one's bothered to find out if there's anything else that way.
Okay, I will bother to find something else that way.
Okay, so you're just gonna head down the road? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I will get back to you in just a second. Portia? You just wanted me to call your name? What are you doing?
Oh, no. I thought you were getting back to me. I actually want to try to remember whether or not we passed like fields of flowers on the way here. Actually, yeah, because I was looking out the front.
Yeah, I mean, there's wildlife all over the place.
Cool. I'm going to start gathering flowers and making bouquets.
Okay. All right, that works. I actually want you to give me, let me see here. I'm going to want you to make a roll for me, but I have to pull up the thingy. Here we go. I would like for you to give me I guess we're kind of call it an intelligence and survival? Yeah, intelligence and survival.
Okay, so how do I make the custom roll again?
So you're going to click survival.
Okay, hold on. So I click.
You click the little die face next to the survival.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Oh, and then you said with...
Intelligence.
Do I have any modifiers?
No.
Okay.
Okay. You don't collect any poison ivy.
Yay!
Okay. Out of curiosity, Ivan, are you playing along?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So what are you doing?
First thing he's going to do is go up to Sebastian and just take it by the face, turn him this way, that way, just start poking and prodding. Guess we'll take this in.
Ivan exhibits a flop sweat immediately, or Sebastian starts a flop sweat immediately. Like he's absolutely passive. He lets you do whatever, but he's sweating profusely.
Yes, this will be delightful. All right, have a seat.
Okay. He sits down.
And he's going to make him pretty.
Okay, hang on. I will get to you in a moment.
By whose standards?
He's going to make him Ricardo Montalban.
All right.
We're going to come back. Okay, this is good.
Okay, I'm gonna want you to come up with a general description of like the physical way that you manipulate his body to do that. But I will come back to you time to think, and also because I want to get to the 3 people traveling down the road. So you guys are walking down the road. It takes you all about 20 minutes. You see the road actually comes to a crossroads, and out this way, the road is like it's not super well paved. It's very dusty. Like there's just dirt all over it. It's fairly remote. There is at this crossroads there is a building under construction with a sign that just says Cloverleaf Construction, and then there is a service station that is currently closed for the night. The service station has gas pumps, a small shop, and then what looks like a regular house behind it. That is a 2-story house, white, with a fence around it that juts up against the back of the service station.
I'm gonna take my jacket off and just drop it on the ground. So I'm only wearing my my just undershirt, and I'm going to walk over and join the construction crew.
Okay.
Just start working.
Well, there's no construction crew right now. It's 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Oh, never mind then.
So,
I'm just going to look for the largest box of tools I can find.
Is it just me and Isaac? Or is Roxy there with us?
Roxy has not said exactly what Roxy is doing right now. Okay. So I will get to Roxy in a second. So so Isaac, your plan is to go find a big box of tools. Okay. That's not very difficult. You're going to give me a wits and investigation. Eddie, what are you doing?
First of all, I would like to try to find, is there a wheelbarrow?
There is a wheelbarrow.
Is there one of those smaller cement mixers, the tiny ones?
No.
No? Are there bags of cement, and are there rebar beams? Or is that like thin coiled metal?
Oh, yeah. You can find rebar. You can find, there are bags of cement.
So I'm starting to just throw cement and rebar into this. Meanwhile, just really trying to watch out in case there's any people, passerbys, or things of that nature.
Okay.
And so after what's up?
Sorry, I got 2 successes on 2 dice.
Yeah, you did. You find a big old box of tools. I'll get to that in a sec. Finish what you were saying, Eddie.
So I want concrete and I want rebar, and then if I can't find any of those cement mixers, that's fine. We can deal with that later. I'd like to find if there's any large 2x4s, good strong pieces of wood.
How are you planning on carrying all of this?
I'm stacking as much as I can in the wheelbarrow. Whatever I can't put in the wheelbarrow, I just won't take, and I'm just going to wheel the wheelbarrow back. So however much concrete and rebar is the primary, and then everything else.
So you can fit, you put 2 bags of concrete into the wheelbarrow and it's already most of the way full. Okay. You can additionally fit in, let's say 20 lengths of rebar. Although they're pretty awkward because they're like kind of hanging over the sides.
Yeah. And that's fine if that's all I can fit.
You could maybe like cross stack some 2x4s. You could say get like 4 of them.
Okay.
But what I'm going to tell you is that it's going to be much harder to walk back, and it's going to be slower.
That's fine. It took about 20 minutes to get here, right?
Right.
Okay. So that's what I'd like to do, and then just walk back.
Okay. So then, Roxy, what are you doing?
So I definitely have interest in this house. You said it's like a small family home?
Yep.
The white picket fence?
Yep.
Are the lights off?
Correct.
Any kind of vehicles in the driveway if there's a driveway?
Yep. There's an old truck. Well, I guess, no, yeah, it's definitely still kind of old. It's like one of those sort of classic looking trucks. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like it's all rounded.
Because it's the 40s, they all look like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a modern looking classic truck.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got like one of the tires has a patch on it, but otherwise it looks serviceable.
Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. So I will head over to there to get a closer look. Does the truck looks like it's in working order, like it's not broken down?
I mean, as far as you can tell from the outside of the truck without turning it on, yeah,
Okay.
It looks like it probably should run.
Okay. Is there a welcome mat in front of the door? A welcome home?
Yes, there is a welcome mat, and there is a doorbell and also a knocker.
Okay.
The wooden door, the front door is painted red.
Okay.
The rest of the house is white. The rest of the house is, it's like whitewashed brick.
Does it look like there might be like a lady of the house? Like, is there a garden? Does it look well taken care of, like outside?
The house, yeah. I was gonna say the house definitely has a little bit of it's got a small vegetable patch. There are some flowers, but mostly it's like fruiting plants.
Okay. And I will peek inside the window if I can to see what it generally looks like in the room that I'm facing from the front door.
So you look and you see the foyer, which is also the sitting room. There are a couple of comfy chairs, hardwood floors. There's a rug, like a circular rug that takes up a lot of the floor. Looks like it's woven, perhaps.
TV?
There are... Say again?
A TV?
No, there's not a TV. There is a radio. It's a full-sized radio unit with a phonograph built in. It's like a big wooden construction, like a whole piece of furniture. There's a set of hooks that you can see just on the inside of the door, and on the hooks you can see one like man's coat, one like kind of oily jacket, like it's got oil stains and dirt and stuff on it, and then also one lady's coat.
Okay. I want to try to turn the handle and see if the door is unlocked.
The door is unlocked.
Okay. I will walk inside and quietly close the door behind me.
Okay. Make dex and stealth.
Okay. So roll stealth first and then add dex, right?
Correct. And give yourself a bonus die because it's 5 a.m.
Okay. Nothing popped up for me. When I clicked on the...
Did you clicked on the little die icon next to stealth?
Yes. Oh, there it is. Okay. And you said dex, right?
Yes.
Okay. And add 1.
Okay. All right, hang on one second. Just picking a cat off of the router.
I don't know what that means.
So I'm actually a little uncertain as to exactly how a messy critical is going to affect a stealth roll.
I mean, she does succeed. She totally succeeds.
Yeah, you're super quiet. So here's what I think is going to happen. So you are very quiet. Like, you absolutely succeeded. You got 7 total successes. Jesus. But so, like, no one can fucking hear you. But you get mad. You get angry. Why the fuck should these people get to have a quiet, calm, happy life when you had everything taken from you? What the fuck is wrong with this world? You are owed so much more, and you kind of want to take what they have from them.
Okay. I'm going to pick up the lady's coat, and I'm going to walk into the kitchen.
Okay.
Point of order, just a rules order. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So a messy critical in which you cannot find a way to messily fail becomes a messy failure.
Okay.
So a bestial failure on a stealth check would probably ruin the stealth effect. I leave that call in the end to you two because it is up to you two to figure that out. But from the rules, the beast comes out and does something messy, violent, and what would be masquerade breaching.
Okay. I'm not going to retcon the scene right now.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
gonna
learning.
say,
It's fine.
Yeah. I like what we came up with, so I'm okay sticking with this. You are pissed at them, though. Like, you want to get them.
Okay. Before I do anything, I definitely want to make sure that they are here in the home. So I want to go up to the bedroom where I assume they are sleeping, and I want to make sure that there are people in the home.
You open the door to the bedroom, and there's a middle-aged man and woman, each in their own individual bed with
happily sleeping.
Yeah, nightstand in between them.
Okay. All right. So I don't know how feeding works at all, or if I'm able to do that, or if it's something, you know what I mean? Like, is that something I can do with 2 people there?
So how about this? You tell me, what do you want to have happen?
My first inclination was to turn on the gas on the stove and light her coat and let the whole house explode. To be quite honest with you, you said it was intense anger that these 2 people have what I want, and I want to take it from them.
Yeah. Yep, I'm fine with that.
Okay, that's exactly what I will do.
Okay. So yeah, you turn on the stove. You can hear the gas. You don't have to light it until you want to.
Okay.
So currently the house is filling with gas, but it is going to take some time. Okay. So what do you do in the meantime?
Would I have enough time to feed on the male that's in the bed?
Yes.
Okay.
So, well, and so I haven't had to. Okay, Amelia. Now this is awkward. I know, but you really like.
That is my predator type is feeding on those who are sleeping.
Yes,
hey,
you're
good, because I was wondering how that fit in here.
Okay, so
I don't have my book
here. Okay. Okay, so first question.
Actually, can it be the female instead? I'm more angry at the female.
I like that. And yes.
Okay.
So question number 1 is, okay. You kind of prowl over and sink your fangs in. She is unable to resist. So my question to you is, from here, when would you stop?
When I did my questionnaire, I put down that it was messy. So I don't really want to know when I'm allowed to or should stop.
Okay. No, that's totally fine. So you drink and you drink and you still don't feel full. And you drink, and that hole inside of you, that anger and frustration and deep sense of loss just isn't getting filled. And you keep drinking and drinking, and you feel her heartbeat getting softer and weaker and softer until it's gone. And you feel just a little bit more whole. And you're down to hunger 0 because you killed somebody.
Oh.
Hey.
Nice. Okay.
Rules question: Would this messy critical and its pursuant actions have put a stain upon the path that you have chosen to take? Roxy and Zed.
Well, Roxy, that's going to be based on the what do we call them? Convictions?
Convictions, yeah.
So based on the convictions that you took.
Those are like your little, I will never do this, I will always do this things.
Yeah, am I allowed to say them out loud? Is that okay if people
You can if you want, or here's the thing. You can just tell me, do you think that what you just did would go against any of the convictions that you have?
Not the convictions, no.
Okay. Is it in keeping with your convictions? I mean,
In
if it's
my
just
current mood state, yes.
Okay. Then I would say probably not a stain. Yeah. Okay.
Because we're Sabbat, we think differently about these things.
Sabbat, think different.
Think different.
Little yellow different Sabbat. Okay, so
now that she's dead, I don't know if anything happens. Am I just back in control?
You are mostly yourself. You're still pissed, but the rage has subsided somewhat. Yes.
Okay, so then on my way out, I'm going to make sure to shut the bedroom door a little louder so that he wakes up. I am going to light the jacket, and on my way out of the house, I'm going to grab the welcome mat and head back to get my phone.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. That's fucking fantastic.
I do have a rules question, though.
What?
Wouldn't lighting something on fire be
set off the fire? I'm assuming that. Oh, like a rot trick check. No, like you can handle little like smaller flames. Like you can light a cigarette, you can set something on fire, and she's chucking it away from her very quickly. I'm not really going to be bothered by it. She's walking away from the fire, not into the fire.
Okay.
So I'm not really. Yeah, I'm not too bothered. Plus, it's fucking awesome, and I often follow the rule of awesome.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
I just also wanted to check for my own understanding.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So here's what happens. Shogun, you find the toolbox that you're looking for. Was there anything else that you were looking for while you were
I wanted to grab the toolbox and I wanted to head towards the gas station or the house, like where Roxy's at.
There's a gas station. I forgot.
I know. Yeah.
Not for long.
I want to head over. What I would have done in the meantime while Roxy's doing her thing is I would have thrown the toolbox in the back of the truck, punched the window, popped the clutch, and begun to push the vehicle away because I can't ride it.
Yeah.
I can push it.
But you can walk next to it and kind of steer it. Yeah, that's fine.
And I am very, very strong. Well, so I'm going to push this thing home.
Okay.
Is this a pickup truck? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Is he near me?
Yeah. So here's what happens. Here's for timing's sake, here's what happens. So Isaac finds this truck, pulls it out, is dragging it / pushing it back past the construction site. Where Eddie sees him with the truck and goes, "Oh, hey, can I put my shit in the truck?" And yeah,
and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get it back. I'll push. You drive. I'll push."
You're the driver. Why would?
No. Well, we're not driving it. You have to walk alongside.
I'll push on the side and steer.
Yeah, exactly. You can't get in. That breaks the rules.
No problem.
I'm on the back, just pushing as hard as I can.
Okay.
And then as you guys are walking, to be fair, Shroud, this is before all the crazy droughts and whatnot. But yeah, so as you are pushing the truck, you hear and really more feel this just sudden boom, as like a house basically breathes out and rapidly back in as it sort of explodes and then collapses. And
I throw the handbrake on in the truck, and I tell Isaac, "Tree line now!" And I book it for the tree line and get behind a tree. Like,
a moment later, you hear some secondary noises as the gas tanks begin to go up as well, and like there's a loud noise from the vapors, and then eventually just a sustained and continuous fire that's just sort of roaring and crackling. And as that's happening, and you can hear and see some of the glow, you then see Roxy just trudging down the road, carrying a welcome mat.
What happened?
I earned my point.
Was that you?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. We got to get back home. And I get back in the car. Help us push.
Roxy gets 1 bonus XP.
That was so cool.
I earned my point. That's a badass line. Okay, so as you guys are walking back, you guys are going to be able to make it back, but I want to get back to Ivan, who was busy this whole time. Real fast, Gianna, you are able to gather up a bunch of flowers. You have lovely little bouquets of all sorts of wildflowers and stuff. That's just going to resolve your find there.
Bring him back and start laying him out.
Okay. Ivan, what are you doing? I mean, we know what you're doing, but what are you doing?
So Ivan is using Fleshcraft, and what he's going to do is he is going to fix the imperfections of Sebastian. He's going to, let's see, give me a description of his face first.
Okay.
And tell me how detailed you do or do not want me to get.
I am fine with detail. I think everyone in the game is fine with detail. Those of you in the audience understand that you are about to see what may be a fairly graphic depiction of someone having their literal flesh and tendons rearranged to form something different. So it's up to you as to whether or not this gets this is a trigger for you or something like that. But otherwise, I think this will be fun. So his face, I mean, his face is round, like very round. He's jowly. His nose is kind of crooked and a little bit off to the side. It looks like it's been broken at least once or twice in his life. His ears are pretty big, and like one droops a little bit further than the other. He's got this humongous poofy beard that is jet black, but he is not bald entirely, but frankly very much like my hairline. Like he's balding, it's back pretty far, and he doesn't have a whole lot, but he does try to like comb over. Yeah.
All right, we'll start there. So the first thing he would do is just grab him by the face, taking the scalpel and just like making, like normally a surgeon would like dot out with a marker or something like that. That's what Ivan is doing with the scalpel instead. He's dotting out to where he's going to remove things. He's going to take the cheeks in. Let's see, we will just move those. He peels them back and starts to rearrange the bone structure underneath of there as well, and to give him like a nice angled, chiseled look.
Okay. So real fast, as you're doing this, he freaks out. Like he's trying to stay calm, but the more you start moving things, like he can feel it moving. And it does hurt. It's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not painless.
No.
So he starts screaming, openly screaming, but he eventually screams himself into passing out. Just the pain and the terror that he's feeling, but he knows he can't run. So he eventually just passes out. Continue.
I usually get longer than that. Oh, well. And then starts to like restructure the jaw, that nice, like, again, that chiseled 40s classical, like Cary Grant, Ricardo Montalban look. Takes some of the hair, like the follicles from the beard area, and plants them, moves them up to the head to give a nice, like, widow's peak kind of hairline. Levels the ears up, fixes the nose with a loud and gruesome crack. Or no, probably takes it off first and plays with it a little bit, just like a piece of clay, and then reattaches it properly.
Okay.
And let's see.
Papa needs a rouse check.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, you're a little hungry. Okay, so here's what I want you to do actually. Is hang on. So for what you were doing.
Sorry, I looked at Lucifer's comment about Eddie's face. Just being like,
I'm fucking loving this. Eddie would be whatever. Evan is loving this. This is some good horror shit.
It's all right. He'll be next.
Wait. Where are you doing this, Ivan?
Just
in the lobby.
Okay, so how long has you've assisted doing his face all over the place?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And you've
You're,
got
like,
all
right
your
there.
flowers.
Is he like on the counter, like on the surgery table?
He's like sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start watching. And maybe
Okay,
getting up close and
so-
maybe like looking.
Okay, so here's what I need you to do. I need you to give me a strength plus medicine test.
It's not dex in medicine like normal?
For whatever reason, this is listed as strength. Because why did we have it as strength?
That's bonecraft. Fleshcraft is dex.
Yeah, bonecraft is strength. Flesh is dex.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Now, are you changing his bone structure or just like? Because
I mean, skull's a skull. You're just, putting curtains on it.
I'm gonna say I'm okay with him making a.
That's a quote. Oh my god.
That's a quote.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
Got it.
So I'm gonna say Dex and medicine. I agree. I think that makes more sense.
Oh my god.
No bonuses, right?
No bonuses.
Oh, wait. I have a both surgery specialty and sculpture craft. Oh, well, it's medicine surgery.
Okay, so you can. Yeah, I was gonna say you can only benefit from one, but the surgery will work.
That's a +1?
Yep.
Okay.
Jesus, 5 successes. All right. Yeah.
Damn.
You can have your way with him.
I really wanted that to be a bestial success. Or
Oh.
bestial, yeah. Or a messy critical. Yeah.
That would have been tasty.
Okay. So
basically, as he's trimming pieces away, I mean, that's just the face. Now we move to the body. Tell me more about the body.
the body is doughy and large. He is a rotund man. He is he's got rolls. He is lacking in any definitive muscle. He is pudgy all over. His skin is splotchy. He's got a couple of like moles that have quite a lot of hair, and he's definitely got a rash that like he probably should have had checked out a while ago.
I suppose I could deal with that as a doctor is part of the process, but problems. Well, let's see. So trim off all of that excess fat and set it to the side for now. That'll be useful.
Like a Fight Club.
When you freak out, the head has teeth.
Let's see. So I guess, just peel everything back and then start working on the musculature. And, just working the muscles, giving them some definition and toning, which, hey, why not, you don't need to go to the gym. This is quicker, just more terrifying. And so, just basically you peel everything back and then you just fix it.
Okay.
You give them good muscles, some nice pecs, good, you have a nice little, let's see, back then, 4, 6, or an 8. 6-pack probably.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Gianna will start giving you like little like things of like, oh, this movie star has this, and ooh, this movie star has this, because she noticed your little face
and
contours.
There, like visions of like sexual attractiveness were not quite the same back then.
Exactly.
So like chiseled, defined abs, not necessarily all that desirable comparatively, but like a hairy chest, oh yeah.
To move some of that over to there.
Yeah, like a flat, like trim, but like flat, not necessarily defined entirely. But again, I go back to the well of Bela Lugosi was a sex symbol at the time. So, okay, yeah, so that works.
So that nice like 40s sexy man kind of thing. Oh, and definitely, I will need to do a separate roll for that in a minute. And then just sculpt the hands nicely, get the legs and the butt nice and proper, and then put everything back in its place. And let's see. So I should have plenty of leftover material at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you in putting it back together, you find that you do have parts left over. Give me another dex and medicine. Consistent. Okay, so you say again. So he's got got 2 hunger, he's got his specialty.
Blood potency. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So you do all of that successfully, you close up the seams. I assume that you erase all the lines.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You know what? Put a nice little gentleman's scar.
Okay.
Like
where?
On no, the hand probably.
Okay.
It's a nice little gentleman's scar there, and see a mole? No, not on this. Not on this one. And yes, that should be good. How are the teeth good?
His teeth actually seem fine.
Perfect. Don't need to fix that. Then we should be good. Veggie.
Well,
and
I know you're
I
running.
can stimulate nerves for that.
Say again?
I can stimulate a nerve or two to wake someone up.
Sure. Give me a medicine and intelligence.
Again with the surgery, or can I use my anesthetics specialty?
I like that you have a specialty in anesthetics and didn't use it. But
I've heard that.
no, in this case, just straight. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you're able to wake him up. Is he restrained in any way?
No.
Okay. You wake him up, and he looks at you, and he just he's having a hard time speaking. He's in terrific pain.
Oh, well, why?
I guess grab something reflective and hold it up. Or no, just lean closer.
Is your glasses? Oh.
Yes.
You look good, Sebastian.
What did you? And he just gets up and he like runs out of the room screaming the night.
Oh no, Ivan would not let that happen.
Okay, what do you do?
Let's see.
Can I make a note? I would just drop Shroud of Night. He can't find the door if he can't see it.
That's a rouse check for Shroud.
I have a rousing success.
That's the first success at.
Yeah.
I
You're
have
not
no
getting a
more.
level of hunger.
Yeah.
So I don't?
Yeah,
Cool.
it didn't cost you anything. So the entire room is enveloped in inky, impossible blackness.
10-foot bubble centered on him.
Yeah, the room's only so big.
I know.
But yeah. So Ivan, you can't see shit. However, Gianna, you can see him. And like the moment this happens, he stops in his tracks and is like looking around, and he's completely panicked.
He also immediately starts suffocating.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that happens too.
So I'm just going to walk up to him, put my hands on his shoulders, and walk him over to the side of the lobby, put him in a chair.
Okay.
If I sit him in the chair, I'll drop it.
Okay, I would like for you to roll for me. That's going to be charisma and intimidation, and you're going to get 2 bonus from the shroud.
Is there going to be a resist on that?
Yes.
I cannot do charisma plus intimidation.
Do intimidation, add charisma, or
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, there you
Skill stat.
Yep. Boom. There we go. Submit 2 modifier. Bam.
What's the resist?
Oh, I'm just rolling. Hang on.
Okay.
Ah! Ah! Okay.
Three
I think
successes.
that's a little
But that's
high.
fine. I can still
5
see it.
successes.
No, he got 3 successes.
Okay, so I still have 1 over him.
Yeah. So he seems like he's gonna resist a little bit, and then he relaxes and submits, and he sits down in the chair where you tell him to sit.
Good. I dropped the shroud.
Okay. Or remove it rather.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ivan, from your perspective, the room went very, very dark for a moment, and now Sebastian is sitting back in the chair with Gianna, like her hand on his shoulder.
Interesting. I usually accept thank yous for my work.
Well, I assumed that was a thank you.
He wasn't.
Oh no, I'm not looking at you right now.
No, neither was I. I was
Oh.
then
Okay.
responding to you. Oh well, I thought that was from him. Like
Thank you.
Take a look. Just like gesturing at Sebastian. Look.
I see. I am.
bit, and you know it.
More ideal. More useful.
Well, I guess if I am more helpful to you this way, then that is good. It will take some getting used to.
Excellent. Now, we need a proper staff for this place.
Well, first, I know that you are running the game, but I think you get a point.
Thank you very much. I suppose I'll have to wait for my rule until everyone else gets back.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah.
It is a 2 for you, currently. Or another 2. For the flowers and for the assistants.
The other 3 do get back.
Do I see
door jinglings? You guys roll up to the lobby and you see those 2 holding some really good-looking guy down in a chair.
I would like to walk in to the lobby. I'm sorry, go on.
On top of the front desk, there is a pile of Jello.
Jiggly, yeah.
As I walk forward, I'm carrying the box of tools, and I pat the hood of the car, or the truck, as I walk in.
I wanna walk in the lobby, look at it. Is it mostly fat and stuff?
Oh yeah.
I wanna go smell it a little bit and be like, you can make soap. And then look at the man. Who's this beautiful man?
This is Sebastian.
Hello.
That's not Sebastian. That is a different man.
No, I fixed him.
Have
You can do that.
those who can
Oh, yes.
make art out of flesh?
No.
Well, you have one. Pointing to Ivan.
I want to look at Ivan. I want to look at Sebastian. That's very useful.
Thank you.
Do I get my point?
Let's see, what did you all bring?
A truck and tools.
How did you get the truck here?
I pushed it.
Clever. 2 points, I would say.
My rule, you must break a bone if you take a point.
Ooh.
And I snap one of my fingers.
All right.
Well,
Damage.
since they started theirs first, I go 1, 2.
This is counter.
Okay. Who else is talking?
I'll show my welcome mat. Actually, I'll put it, once I walk in, I'll put it down inside the lobby that we are in.
That's
Where
nice.
Our new home, right?
Where did you find that?
On somebody's front porch.
Question, do we see like a glowing fireball? Did we
Would they
hear
have felt
at
that?
some point?
I mean, it's
You
like,
could have heard that.
yeah, you if you were to go outside, you could see a bit of a glow in the distance. But it is down the road. There's some curves.
So we didn't hear it.
No.
I would say the mat represents a very good victory.
I like it. Point for you.
And I will also break a finger.
Oh. Yeah, wait, that wasn't my point. Never mind.
Yeah. Don't break your finger for me.
Sorry, I have 2 broken fingers.
Do I get one for the tools for fixing up the place and both of the vehicles?
2 vehicles. I missed where the second vehicle came from.
My garbage truck and the truck that I just brought.
You already had the garbage truck. The tools and the truck were the 2 points.
Oh, okay. No, that was my question. Is the tools a point?
Oh yes, those were 2 separate points.
Stay in character.
Second one. Right. Eddie?
I brought concrete and rebar. And then I walk out the door and I start unloading the concrete and the rebar, and I just want to bring it to one of the empty rooms.
Good. Point for you.
Okay.
So Roxy needs to make a rule.
Oh.
I am watching Eddie to see if Eddie's breaking a bone.
No,
Yeah.
he's gonna go carry concrete and rebar into one of the empty rooms.
My
You can go
rule
talk
is-
to him if you want. Once he enters the room, I don't think he's not gonna come back out. He's gonna start getting to work.
My rule will,
Eddie?
oh, go ahead.
Eddie,
Yes, and I'm starting to tear up the carpet from the floor of one of the hotel rooms, just ripping it up.
rules exist for a reason.
What's rule?
Break a bone when you have a point, when you score a point.
What if I need them? What if we're attacked tonight? That's ridiculous. And is the floor wood?
The floor underneath would be poured concrete.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right. This is
So-
excellent.
Eddie, the point of the rules is not whether they are good or bad, it is trust building.
I see. So, I don't break a bone. You don't trust me.
How can we?
That's fair. We're gonna need to trust each other if this is gonna work.
Exactly.
And I turn one of my pinkies sideways, and then I go back to ripping the carpet off and taking the beds and moving the beds just out of the room.
Now, Eddie, can I borrow you for a moment?
Sure.
Go back into the lobby and walk next to Sebastian. Now, that was a brilliant rule. Now I would encourage you all, and reaches down and snaps one of Sebastian's fingers, to think more critically.
Sebastian screams, clutches his hand, and then passes out again. You will not be able to wake Sebastian again tonight.
That's fine.
I have a question, actually. Can you fix this? And I point to my... Is that within your wheelhouse?
Absolutely. Now, yeah, not using bonecraft, just walks over and resets a finger.
Oh.
So I guess, is that a medicine check or?
Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. You can also fix them. I'm just going to let you do that one for free for cinematic purposes.
Okay.
Also, it's 3:23, so
Yes.
we're going to stop here. So remember that we're in the middle of our game of Instinct.
I have to
And I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more rules to add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Need
so
rock.
Take
I
the
want you
time
guys
think of
to
your rules.
take the time over the week. Think about what your rules are. We'll continue the
Okay.
game next week. What I'd like to do to wrap it up is I typically like to do pluses and minuses. So I'd like to kind of just go around and ask each of you for one thing that you really liked, and then one thing that maybe is a bummer, or maybe you'd like to see fixed, or just wasn't quite as cool as it could have been, or whatever. And yeah, we'll just go around. So I'd like to start with, let's go ahead and start with Gianna.
So I think my positive is really kind of seeing each of our ways of describing things we do, things we want to do, kind of exploring the rules. So like, it's really cool to see everybody's thought processes going through that. It's been really phenomenal. I think my downside is myself. I'm too excited. And so I keep jumping in when I'm not supposed to and losing some of that flow. That's though me as a person. I do that constantly. So that's something that I want to personally work on, is not interrupting people. So that's really, I think, my negative for today.
All right. Also, quick question. Is there anyone that I did not give a bonus point to already Actually, no. Let's not do that. Is there anyone who you would nominate for extra XP based on sweet-ass roleplay?
Dear God, Roxy.
Say
Dear
Roxy
God.
and Jack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just that.
I think they already got.
The way, particularly.
I'm just taking nominations right now. All right.
Sorry. Ugh.
No. Explain.
The slamming of the bedroom door to wake up her husband.
Yeah.
That moment of being like, no, I slam it loud on purpose.
Yeah.
Before I then set their house on fire.
It was pretty cool. Ivan. Pluses, minuses.
Wow, I mean, that was fun. I like the pluses of we're really learning who we are as individual characters right now and how we're interplaying with everyone. I know, like, from the player's perspective, the reason that I decided to go with this game of Instinct is so that we can really find ways of showcasing them. And to that end, I mean, like, Roxy, that was beautiful. I loved it. I loved seeing that brutal hatred and how you expressed it. It was,
Thank you.
And like the creativity of Isaac of, hey, we can take this truck. We're not going to drive it though. And starting to see those loopholes flowing and that creativity. So yeah, I like that. As far as cons, I think one of the things I need to work on personally is jumping in a little bit more. I guess maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I just had such a blast. And I think we're all starting to find our grooves already. So I'm actually not finding much in the way of con. And for nomination, definitely Roxy.
Okay, awesome. Isaac?
For pros, I'm liking the creativity, the ability to do crazy things and off the wall things. I'm liking the potential lethality, like watching Eddie go into combat for a second, or for 1 second, everything looks horrible, and then the next second, I was like, you could probably walk back to those other two guys and kill them too. Like, I like that. Cons, just like the fact that we're not familiar with the rules and such is just slog stuff down, and I wish we'd been able to get farther. But that'll improve over time.
Yeah.
And for nomination, I think Roxy is. It was just, again, the slamming of the door was perfect.
Solid. Thank you very much. Eddie?
I think for cons, I mean, I'm loving this whole thing. I love how heavily RP this is. Like, there's so much role play in this and so much connectivity with the characters and like so many opportunities to talk and learn about them. And I definitely want to explore that more, like even in downtime. I mean, even though downtime in this game is brutal still, but like you can still get to know each of the characters, and even just watching them do their thing. I don't know, I really just like the interaction. I love all the characters. I love how different we all are and how everybody here seems interesting. Like I want to know more about them. I guess cons is I guess a little bit of the rules, but like you said, over time, we're gonna learn the system. You learn by playing it. I mean, we'll figure it out. And I guess I didn't realize how many options there were in this game. I mean, between your guys' powers and between some of the things you guys can do, I think I want to try to be a little bit more creative in the problem solving, especially like you just said, like think outside the box. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty good. So that's something I'm going to be working on. And nomination, I would say really either Roxy or Ivan, because both of those scenes were so like beautiful in their own way. You know what I mean? Like it was such a like Ivan showed a little bit of Gianna and Ivan, which was just a cool dynamic. They seem to have like a cool character. They're compatible. And then just watching Roxy like lose her shit and just be like a homicidal person. Like those were both so well made, or so well done. So I would say either, but I mean, if we're all going with Roxy, definitely earned it. but I would say Ivan or Roxy earned it then.
Excellent.
Yes.
Roxy.
Okay, so my pro is definitely the role playing. That is my favorite thing to do, and I'm more familiar with D&D, so that is my favorite thing to do. Is when there's no combat, we are in some kind of scene, and it is all about interacting with the world and the other players. So that it's beautiful. This whole first session was just awesome to witness and to be a part of. A con it's always going to be my con, probably is going to be myself, like for a good majority of our games, because I am a very anxious person, and you all are lovely people, but you're all very new to me. So I am a very, very quiet person. I do want to try to be like more in it. So that is something that I will work on. And the more we play, the more it will just happen naturally.
Yeah.
It's also a new system, and I'm not super familiar with the rules, but again, with time, it will improve.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be just fine over time. So yeah, good stuff. Who would you
I had a lot of
nominate,
fun.
do you think?
Definitely Ivan. That was beautiful. That was it sung right to my heart. That whole scene was beautiful. Definitely.
Throck, seeing as how you were with us.
Oh, hi. No, I thought this was great. I think the beginning of every campaign always feels a little slow to me, and I always want to jump right into the, like, what the hell is going on? But I feel like you guys did that really well, especially with the shit that happened with Eddie and the mobsters. I'm like, I want to know what that's all about. Like plot threads are already starting to be weaved through this in the first game, and that's what I really like to see. I guess if my one improvement is we're still figuring shit out. We're learning rules, and that's going to be part of the deal. But I loved it. I thought you guys were amazing. I can't wait to see what this group does. You made me cringe. You made me squirm. I like those things when it comes to vampires, so I thought it was great.
Who would you nominate?
I would nominate me. No, I would also nominate the Roxy thing. Just came out of nowhere, and I have to, like, it was, I'm like, I didn't, no part of me, given the way that Roxy was interacting with the group prior to that, expected that to be the outcome of going to steal something from a house, right? And so to me, like, that has to be the thing. Yeah.
Especially because that was a you just thought of that, like that wasn't your plan the whole time, right? That was because you got the messy critical and you're like, all right, fuck it. Like that's pretty impressive that you pulled. Like I forgot about that until you just mentioned it, but like you were just there to steal a thing and leave, but because you messy critical or messy whatever, you did that.
Messy critical.
It's quick thinking.
Hell of a pivot. I mean, brilliant.
Yeah.
Isn't that just what you do? You steal a welcome mat, you have to burn down a house and kill 2 people?
Yeah.
That's actually, unbeknownst to all of it, that's just Roxy's MO. That's just what she does.
Awesome action music, slow-mo, walk away explosion.
With the welcome mat in your hand?
Yeah. And then...
I think it's just you.
Yeah, so my plus minus, I'll start with the minus, which is that I don't have all the rules memorized yet. My head is still stuck in prior editions. So there are a lot of things that, like, my initial reflex is to tell you to do something that doesn't exist in this version.
Make a conscience plus conviction roll.
Right, exactly, yeah. There's a lot of times where I want to be like, wait, hang on, I gotta...
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that it's like, throw chops! No, don't do that.
Yeah, I could revert to my LARP ST status. And then...
a question when you're ready.
Sure.
Oh, I wanted to check how because like we've got ways in which our chronicle tenets they're in-world things happening. Are they... They're entirely in-world things, and we have to codify them when we're done with this game. Is that correct?
So here's the thing. You have chronicle tenets, but they're role play as much as they are player based, right? So I'm going to want you guys to sort of discuss these things in game, probably next session, as your characters, discussing essentially like the overarching rules that guide your pack. Okay. So that'll be something that we really sort of finalize and spell out probably next session is what I'm thinking.
Cool.
So as far as plus, all of you guys in my mind get pluses. I thought everyone did a really great job, like knowing who their character was and acting as their character would. I thought that was really strong from everybody. I fucking loved that Ivan had his Latin Vauldery ritual already prepared. I mean, I already knew that he had it, but I love that it is there. That just makes me super happy. So yeah, I just generally want to call out, like, Eddie. I like the way that you're characterizing this sort of gritty guy, and you've got a great voice for it too. So like the way you're playing the character, I'm always just like, yeah, that's our noir detective right there. And then and then Isaac and Gianna, the both of you seem to have a really strong command of like where your character's like mental state is at, and are like constantly thinking about where you're headed. And then yeah, Roxy, I mean, you were the pretty unanimous vote for the role play, and I you get yourself one more extra XP for that. So the fact of the matter is, like, yeah, careful. So what I love that you did, and I don't know that everyone else, or I mean, what I love that you did is that you asked a lot of questions about what you saw. You clearly had like a sort of a thing in mind, but I loved like how clearly you were visualizing and thinking your way through the problem. That's good analysis, and it led to really phenomenal on the spot role play. So that was great. So everyone's gonna get Throck, did we say 4 XP per game?
I think I think we said 4 XP plus whatever bonus. Yep.
Right. So you guys each get 4 XP plus if you got any bonuses. So Ivan, you got 1, Roxy, you got 2. And so that's how that'll work out. And then next week, back here at noon. Whoop whoop.
Woo!
So yeah, fuck yeah.
So
First go. I thought it was pretty great. So really glad. Thank you for everyone who showed up. Thank you for everyone who was chatting. The chat today was actually really, really solid as well. I thought that was awesome. Yeah, we will see you guys same Sabbat time, same Sabbat channel. Throck, who are we throwing it to?
All right, I got a couple of announcements before I take it out. Remember, all of these streams, we are working to support Rainbow Railroad. Rainbow Railroad is here to help people who, LGBT communities who are oppressed in their home countries, get out and get somewhere safe. And so we are supporting them throughout the course of these streams. If you're interested in any of the rules you saw today or the settings for LA 1943, you can click on either of the 2 links below for the Camarilla setting book or the Sabbat setting and rule book. These are all homebrewed rules and a homebrew setting by us. We're going to have a full free, probably 35,000 word-ish setting book for Vampire the Masquerade coming out. Hopefully by the end of the month we'll get the whole thing finished. And last but not least, don't remember, you can check out our Anarch game premiering Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Soulbear RPG. And they're amazing. Solaban has been our partner in putting this whole thing together and is STing the Anarch version of this. And then you can be back here Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for the Camarilla story told in the same world. And I'm the storyteller, and we've got a really cool Camarilla crew for that. So thank you all so much for joining us today. We're going to throw it over to our dear friends at PowerScore RPG. And don't forget, you can join us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 8 p.m. Let me look at the schedule. We have so many games now. You can see the schedule down below for all the games. At 8:30 p.m. Eastern for the post-holiday return of Occult Rising, our D&D 5e Saturday night homebrew campaign. And with that, What?
I'm sorry I broke up your flow. Monday, we come back with new to the party for the last 2 sessions of that before we take our season break.
Hey.
So, so Monday, 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock Eastern time, we'll be finishing up our campaign this Monday and next Monday.
Awesome. So if you happen to have any sorts of die whatsoever in your emote bag of goodies, get them ready as we go invade our dear friend Power Square RPG, doing some D&D right now. Everybody wave and say bye.
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 Break a finger.
Yay! This is
Yay.
Whee!
I have a question.